What's up, everybody? Let me know the mic's working okay. Sorry about your cat, by the way, Aaron. I did see that. That sucks. All right, so for the first probably about hour and a half, it's going to be just me. But that's way better than the 3 hours of Bryant that you had to endure last week. Sorry I wasn't here. Big night tonight on Raw, actually. We're going to have Ronda Rousey comes back. Brock Lesnar makes his first Raw appearance since the Raw after WrestleMania, which is pretty outrageous when you hear it out loud. There's been some rumors that there might be a Hogan sighting tonight. And then, of course, when you're in Miami, there's always a chance that The Rock might pop in, and that would be awesome. This week we're also gonna have a new segment that actually Bryant thought up. It's gonna be Bill's match of the week. And actually, it's gonna be a surprise to Bryant because it's not the match I told him I was gonna do, and I think he's actually gonna be somewhat impressed. So we'll do that sometime throughout the night during a commercial break. Basically, what the segment's going to be is that I'm going to go through a match from the past. As you guys know from watching all the time, I go back a little farther a lot of the time, but I am going to keep it somewhat in the recent past, so that way you guys, possibly know what I'm talking about, and then you can go back on the network or wherever and watch the match. Matthew tells us that he heard The Rock was in the house. That would be awesome. I will completely mark out if that music hits, just so everybody knows. But yeah, we're also, and actually speaking of The Rock, that is going to be the topic for tonight's Voice of Wrestling Champion. We're going to do 3 questions and then the final one. So Matthew is our current champion. So he's already in the match at the end of the night. Of course, Matthew, as always, you're welcome to answer the questions. But they don't really count until the last one. And because we were in Miami and because The Rock could possibly be in the house, The Rock is actually going to be our topic for the night. As you guys know, we usually do some form of topic. They usually go pretty well. The only one I think that actually bombed was, I think Canada Day didn't go well, but on paper, that was a great idea. So yeah, should be a pretty good night. We're going to have Finn Balor and Constable Corbin. Also going to have Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. We already know that those are announced. But definitely Brock and Ronda are going to be the two big things for the night. And we're going to have, so I would assume one of them is probably going to start off the show. Brock is probably the end of the show because they're going to keep everybody around. So anyway, from last week, I wasn't around. What was everybody's reaction to the all-women's pay-per-view? What do you guys think about that? I'll give you my opinion first since nobody's really speaking up. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool if they do it the right way. If they try to do it like a Greatest Royal Rumble type deal, where it's basically a glorified house show, I think it's going to bomb, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to bring back some older people. Obviously, people are going to want to see Lita. People are going to want to see Trish. People are going to want to see Beth Phoenix. People like that. I personally am crossing my fingers for a Mickie James, Trish Stratus match one more time. And it would be even cooler if they could get Trish or Lita or people like that involved and, come to a Raw, cut a promo, do stuff like that. Stuff like that always works better, especially now that Mickie James and Trish Stratus feud was a long time ago. So a lot of people might not remember it, but it was the first actual woman's feud that got a lot of heat. And I mean, because for a while it was the same old people. But then this crazy Mickie James shows up, and all of a sudden she's in love with Trish Stratus and all this stuff. And she played that character to a T. She was twisted. So hopefully something like that'll happen. Matthew, you think a great match would be Lita versus Bayley? Can you tell me why you think that? That would be a great match. It'd be a lot of color. I know that. Nothing? Okay. I kind of would want to see everybody says, the Iconics against the Bella Twins and stuff like that, you see a lot of, it seemed like if they cared about the women's division, I might care more. Well, they've had a Royal Rumble. They've had an Elimination Chamber. They've had Hell in a Cell. All that stuff. I think that they are showing that they do care. So what do you mean by if it seemed like they care about the division? This revolution's been going on for a while now. I think the Royal Rumble was the biggest step they could have taken, other than having them main event at WrestleMania, which if you ask Bryant, it's going to be Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, main event in WrestleMania. I'm still not sold on that. I think the match will happen, but I don't think it's going to be the last one. But, things like that. I think it's pretty exciting that there's going to be a all women's pay-per-view. You could do things like you could have Trish and Alexa Bliss, things like that. Basically, Trish and anybody is what people are going to want to see. I keep setting off Alexa. Sorry, Alexa. So we're just going to say Bliss. Yeah, they have kind of buried Asuka, which doesn't make a lot of sense considering all the time that they put into, her in NXT and then coming up and making her undefeated all the way till WrestleMania, and then, all of a sudden she's in matches with James Ellsworth. Aaron, I'm not going to bite on that joke, bud. Don't really care about termites walking into bars.
AJ Styles started his WWE Championship run facing James Ellsworth. All right? So don't dismiss James Ellsworth.
Oh, I'm dismissing him.
All right? James Ellsworth is 2-1 against AJ Styles. You name another wrestler that has an above 500 record against AJ Styles that's not named Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns can't ever have a losing record, so besides Brock Lesnar. Boom. Springboard.
Matthew, if they're going to... I would agree with you if they haven't been... This is the slowest building feud with Sasha and Bayley ever. Something needs to happen. They're friends. They're not friends. They're happy. They're, a little bit creepy last week. They were so happy. You hope Brock stays, beats Reigns, and doesn't go to the UFC. I don't think that's going to happen. It's a big old payday. And CM Punk returns and beats him in Chicago. That would be awesome. Not going to happen. CM Punk's not coming back. He could go to a Bellator or something like that and still make a lot of money and fight much lesser MMA guys than what he was fighting. All right, so as Modern Family wraps up on the USA Network, we get ready for Raw. Of course, they're starting off with the in memory of Nikolai Volkov. To me, this would probably get a and Brian Christopher. They're honoring that one too. As you guys know, they both passed away yesterday. Yesterday. Brian Christopher being Jerry the King Lawler's son. It's a pretty big bummer. You want Daniel Bryan to go to Impact. Okay? Don't think that's going to happen either.
Probably won't be as big of an impact as you think it will. Ha!
Zing. I hope Brock comes and Mr. Money in the Bank successfully cashes in. I might say Brock is one of my favorite world champions still. All right, so we're going to review last week when Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley actually had a pretty good match, I think. Obviously, I wasn't sitting here watching it with you guys. Two big guys, two powerful guys. There's a lot of high-impact moves when they go. One of the biggest questions now is what do they do with Lashley? I'm not going to do the question right now, Aaron. It's 8 o'clock. The show just started. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of Strowman angle sort of thing when Brock comes out. Even if it's just a reminder of, I've got this, I've got the Money in the Bank kind of thing. No, he is the monster in the bank. You know, Bryant brought up a good point when we were talking about it. Or no, actually, I think it was God. You know, Lashley and Roman now are 1-1. So don't be surprised if somehow Lashley gets in the match at SummerSlam or there's another match between those two to try to figure something out. It could be either one.
I'm going to whoop Brock Lesnar's ass.
Ooh. And Roman is going to whoop Brock Lesnar's ass.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Words.
Ooh, Brock's starting off. There he is.
And ladies and gentlemen, there's the man Roman Reigns will face at SummerSlam, the Universal
Cauliflower ear and all. Hey, he remembered where his belt was. That's good.
His advocate, Paul Heyman. Lesnar is in his 481st day as champion and is here live in Miami for Monday Night Raw.
All right, we're starting off with Roman because, well, it's Monday at 8 o'clock, so why wouldn't we?
And we kick things off.
So he's going to take a 3-minute walk down to the ring and then grab a mic, which is everybody's favorite thing.
Championship, the big dog, Roman Reigns.
What's up, Jackson? How's it going, man? Yeah, the Universal title making its way back on TV. That's good, considering it was for the WWE Universe, and the Universe never gets to see it, so that's good. I'm only happy when it rains. Great sign.
You think that sign gets thrown into the garbage afterwards? Man. It set itself up.
How many years in a row has it been at the Barclays Center? It's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, definitely.
How much is Tap Sports Baseball really throwing into this as a sponsor? You think? Raw stands for Roman always wins. Yeah, that's pretty good. That'd be a good T-shirt. You should throw that on. It's 8:04. Still waiting on Roman. He has just now gotten into the ring. He's looking around, trying to see if somebody's cheering for him. All right, he's got a mic, so that's exciting. Well, Roman always whines. Well, Aaron, the reason they do that for big events like that is because people can plan to go to SummerSlam and they know where it is. There's now a "You Suck" chant for Roman.
Every time I come down here, the energy and the noise is always so loud, so I have to give Miami a special shout out.
Woo, Center City name, I love it.
Woo, Miami!
Giving shout outs, I gotta go and give Bob a shout out because I said a lot of different things about Bobby Lashley, but after going to war with him a couple times, I can honestly say I respect Bobby Lashley.
Oh, him and Bobby are going to be friends. They called him Bobby, not Bob.
Robert.
Where's Kurt? I haven't seen him in a while. Well, Aaron, it's 8:06, so let's bump the brakes.
Zero respect for that fool.
Oh, Brock's a fool. How about they gave Roman a Jordan-esque symbol with his Superman punch logo?
Actually come to work, but oddly, he has plenty of time to show up to the UFC. He has plenty of time to walk up in that octagon, get in Daniel Cormier's face, and run his mouth.
WWE stands for "We Want Elias, Not Walk with Elias." You guys heard Elias's album?
Will not come up in my yard.
His album dropped.
Get up in my face and run his mouth up in here.
He turned quickly. He's expecting something.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, here we go. Fat Mojo Raleigh's going to be here around 9:30. He's in sales. It's the end of the month. So on and so forth.
Gentlemen, and you too, Roman Reigns. My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending,
Is he really the defending?
Universal Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar.
Hit the music. Hit it.
I don't think he's coming out at 9 or 8.
Trivia tonight is questions about The Rock. Because we're in Miami.
To offer you his most profound congratulations for your victory last week over Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I get it. Paul Gaiman. I get it.
A title opportunity against the Beast at SummerSlam. But from my perspective, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Which is why, sir, all due respect, you should be in a padded cell, not in the main event for the Universal title at SummerSlam.
So Paul Heyman thinks that Roman's insane.
Go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about spearing Brock Lesnar through the cage, and that you're the uncrowned champion. But you can mark my words, Roman Reigns. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. At SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar is going to put down the big dog and go on.
Do I have a night? I don't know what a night bot is.
See and become a two-sport champion.
That's what Paul Heyman says that Brock's going to win. Then he's going to go win the UFC heavyweight title also.
We don't care about anything you have to say. We're here to see Brock Lesnar, so bring him out of here.
Well, we can't always look out for trolls because we have Aaron in here.
Brock Lesnar is here right now in the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. And he is sitting in the comfort of his luxurious locker room, and he will come out here when he feels like it.
He does pretty much everything when he feels like it.
I'm not done yet. And if, only if, he feels like coming out.
Oh, do your Roman thing. Go find him.
Yeah, go find him, Roman.
Don't worry, because at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar will do.
For what? For what? What's Brock gonna do, Paul, huh? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna actually show up to SummerSlam? As a matter of fact, if he actually shows up, I want you to remember this. Go ahead and write this down. If Brock Lesnar shows up to SummerSlam, I'm gonna send him back to the UFC.
Yeah, Roman's going to send him back. Definitely not contractual
But he's
obligations.
not going back as the Beast. He's going back
The bitch.
as Roman Reigns' bitch.
Oh, he's a bitch.
Bitch. You're using the bitch word.
Oh, now his arms are crossed. All right, not a bad little opening segment. Paul Heyman's scrunching his nose. Of course, eventually we will see Brock tonight, unless we don't, which is entirely also possible.
No, you saw him.
Well, we saw him.
You saw him.
That could have been anywhere.
You think they have random gyms in Saskatchewan, Montana, or where the fuck he's at, where he can just stand in front of them for a free shoot? He's got to be there.
All right. It's like getting ready. I don't know about you, but it looks like Seth's getting ready to burn it down with his wireless iPhone headphones.
Trying to get his head right before his major clash here tonight, live on Monday Night Raw. Because the architect, the Kingslayer, Seth Rollins, will square off against Drew McIntyre. In 3 weeks,
That match is going to be pretty awesome.
for the Intercontinental Championship. But tonight, he must focus on McIntyre. And after what she claims has felt like an eternity.
There's Ronda.
Rousey's suspension has ended, and tonight the baddest woman on the planet will be in Hooker Natalia's corner as Natalia squares off with Alicia Fox. With
Oh, good.
Women's
We get
Champion
Natalia, Alicia
Alexa
Fox.
Bliss in her corner. It has felt like a long time.
Two
but the
veterans
baddest woman on the
going
planet
at it,
is in the
showing
American
class.
Arena.
OV,
Rousey
Ohio
gets
Valley.
once again live tonight.
Oh, we're going to do this right now.
Oh, Finn Balor.
All right, here we go.
Get the shit out of the way, huh?
Yep. Finn's going red leather jacket today.
Big fan, Todd. It's a Balor.
Todd must have thought that Finn Balor's music was the door. Todd.
Extraordinary man who does extraordinary things, ready for competition in Miami.
So Finn not matching his ring attire with his jacket. That's kind of un-Finn-like. All right, so this match is going to come up next. 8:15. I'm already on. All right, that kind of looked like it was going to lead into a commercial, but it's not.
Burger King chicken.
All right, so we are going to get ready to do the first question. So that way, so we'll just take kind of a little roll call type deal. So if you're actually in here, you're paying attention, type something, let me know that you're here. For those of you that are new, basically what we do is we'll ask anywhere from 3 or 4 questions a night, and then at the end we'll ask one final question to see who is the Voice of Wrestling Live champion. For those of you that weren't here, the topic tonight is The Rock, because we're in Miami, and nothing's more Miami than The Rock. So when the Rock first came in, he came in as Rocky Maivia, with his weird Jerry curl type hair and stuff like that, and basically they tried to shove him down our throats. So when he had a heel turn, he joined a faction. So the question is, what faction did The Rock join during his heel turn? And no, Aaron, you don't get 2 guesses. Ooh, Will. All right. All right, Will was the first one to answer, as you guys can see in the chat. So will be in the main event. It was the Nation of Domination. He joined it in about, I don't know, a month and a half, basically took it over, because he was so good on the mic. So we're going to have, it looks like it'll be Will and at least Matthew in our, no, Aaron, you didn't say it first. You said it third, actually. So they'll be in at least 2 of the people in our main event. We're going to do the other question probably around, I don't know, 9:15, probably another hour. we'll do that question. And, get the next person that's supposed to be in the main event. That's kind of a softball. I'm happy that multiple people answered that. If you didn't know The Rock was in the Nation of Domination, I can't help you. I don't know. All right, so we're still on commercial here. So what do you guys think about about Roman on the mic? Basically talking about we, as he's like basically saying that it's him in the WWE universe, even though they boo him half the time. So give me your thoughts on the first segment. All right, Brock Lesnar is currently reading the Backwoodsman magazine, which, for those of you who don't know, he basically is a backwoodsman.
Obviously, I didn't, Paul. I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show? You need to hear and see what Roman Reigns said about you. Hold on, I'll pull it. Look at this. Here. Just press in my code. 00741. That one right there? Yes.
What the hell? Brock really selling this, seeming not to care about anything. Not gonna lie, I kind of dig it. Paul Heyman seems confused. How many times has Finn Balor done this during the during the freaking commercial break?
At some point, looked to me like Brock Lesnar felt like doing much of anything. He was reading his magazine. Yeah, it really doesn't look like he
So are we slowly doing the turn of Paul Heyman to Roman Reigns? Is that what we're gonna do?
He went back to the purple checkered vest.
Yeah, he's got a couple. It's just a rotation. It just happens to be the rotation night.
All right, what was the question? Will, you asked what match am I looking forward to most at SummerSlam? To be honest with you, it might be Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss. Stop it. Back up. Just because, we haven't seen Ronda saw her against Nia Jax, but that was about it. And then saw her at WrestleMania. So anytime she gets in the ring, it's gonna be exciting. And as much as I'm not a Samoa Joe mark, I think that Samoa Joe, AJ Styles will be pretty good because AJ Styles can go with pretty much anybody.
But Coach, does this give Corbin the right to straight up torment Finn Balor?
All right, here we go.
I'll get to that in a second, but what does it mean that
WWE Monday Night, Let's Screw Finn Over. Edition, July 30th, 2018.
He's undefeated against Corbin.
Corbin out
Not at
powering
all.
Balor back into the corner. Well, I mean, if your question, Cole, in WWE, might equals right. Corbin's achieved more power. He's feeling confident. And when you have perceived power in your own mind, that can allow you to become more and more dangerous.
All right, Finn's already out. I'm kind of digging those boots.
Yeah, but Balor's dangerous as well. Remember, he beat Baron Corbin back at the pay-per-view Extreme Rules, which streamed live on the WWE Network. So Corbin was embarrassed that night. Which you have to wonder, did that actually benefit Finn Balor in any way other than the winner's
Finn's going toe-to-toe here. This isn't like one of those Baron Corbin's going to try to overpower him and stuff like that. You got to ask Bryant questions like that about the moderators and stuff. That's up his alley, not mine.
Diminishing, no pun intended, of Finn Balor as a man as the talent. Finn Balor, the severe side headlock applied to the constable Baron Corbin, who has found himself in the good graces of Stephanie McMahon. Really runs a check.
All right, Finn still has his headlock locked in.
When you have faced someone as many times as these two in the last couple weeks have been in the ring together, it's all about preparation, game plan, and trying something different. At this point, Balor's game plan works fairly well. Elbow caught Balor in the jaw, but can you imagine?
I don't know how to put you as a mod, Aaron.
Victory would do tonight to Baron Corbin. Talk about humiliation again. Corbin's been incensed since Extreme Rules. I'm just sure it would get even worse for Finn Balor. Well, for any great athlete here or anywhere else, confidence is a huge, huge thing. And when you knock that down,
Yeah, ask Fat Mojo.
And look at Balor. the jaw of Constable Corbin.
I would assume this is probably they're going to probably go one more time at SummerSlam. You think?
And Finn Balor, who loves to fly, loves to pick up the pace as he's looking to do here. A smart move. That leg. Down goes Corbin. Baron Corbin had that second to regain his composure. Balor's done a great
And there's Finn knocks down Corbin with kind of a Superman punch, little mini Superman punch. Superboy punch.
I agree with you to a point, Coach, but I also think Finn Balor relishes an opportunity like this to prove the David and Goliath story. He takes it personally that Corbin's so disrespectful and looks forward to proving the Constable wrong.
I love how Corbin has a pop collar right now. Fighting with it. Like it's just, this is a normal day.
Here it comes. Uh-oh.
You haven't seen Corbin be disrespectful like when he gave in his own locker room last week.
Finn Balor. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. As Corbin now is bouncing off.
Comes the kick. Oh. Big old clothesline. All right, and we are going to go to commercial again. I did not watch Ms. and Mrs. Did you give that a peek, God? No? I heard it was pretty funny.
I created it.
I heard it was pretty funny.
I don't need to watch it.
I just want the Miz to come. Can you just come back?
He is back.
Was he?
He's back on SmackDown. He's been back. He's never really missed anything.
Oh. Maybe because he wasn't at, what's it called? What was the last one? Extreme Rules? See Extreme Rules?
No, because he was hitting.
Yeah, he was
winning
he was hitting dingers.
He was winning the MVP of the celebrity game at the All-Star game, all right?
Will, what did you think of those 5 minutes that you saw?
$5 bonus wings from Popeyes. Thank you. Not Bojangles, but a little different.
I had Bojangles twice. Way down to the beach, way back.
Of course, you have to.
You love Bojangles.
I'm surprised you didn't have it while you were there.
It's kind of a little island thing. There's not really going on.
Should have brought me back some, you dick.
From where? Fredericksburg?
Yeah. I'll eat it cold. I don't care. I'll reheat it. I brought a burrito back from San Diego on an airplane to eat it the next day. Because the burrito at this place, Santana's, which is now sucked apparently, but back in the day, Santana's burritos were the bomb. And that's how I'm dating myself. The bomb.
I like a good burrito.
Oh, it's one of those that has like French fries in there too. It's just like it's like a fucking full pound. Oh, it's so good.
I don't know why French fries aren't in more things.
Oh, they should be in everything.
All right, so guys, after the for the next commercial break, we'll have the inaugural segment of Bill's Match of the Week. There will be a test, and next week you will have a 3 to 5 paragraph essay proving that you watched the match. That's not true, but nope, you can't sing a song, Aaron, to God for the 100th time.
Yankees made another trade. Got Lance Lynn.
Really? Did he just sign? Is he a 1-year deal?
Yeah, they traded Tyler Austin and Luis.
Decided to spend your week Netflixing and maybe chilling? Uh-oh. Maybe chilling, huh? What have you been watching on Netflix? Oh, nope, never mind. Thought we were coming back and we're not. You'd rather not say what you watched on Netflix. Okay. Your call. Oh, and we're back. Ooh, and Finn takes a big old bump into the turnbuckle. Just sitting with my girlfriend crying, Bill, because of my cat. I'm sorry, Aaron. I really do feel bad about your cat, bud.
In the blink of an eye, can totally change the complexion of a match. As we'll take another look here. Boom! Launching Balor spine first into the turnbuckle. Now the constable just wrenching at the neck and shoulder of Finn Balor.
Yeah, Corey, when you have that game-changing type of power, to utilize it is one thing. To know how to take advantage of it and move forward is a completely different story. And Baron Corbin's doing a fantastic job of that.
Finn Balor looking to fight back in. You know, we've talked so much about the heart and resilience in this man, Finn Balor, the first ever Universal Champion.
So right now we have some form of, I don't even know what that move is called, some kind of submission hold.
Sweep to engineer and Ireland. Started from the bottom and worked his way up. And Finn said, as a young child, I saw my dad work. I realized I had to work hard to get what I wanted. If I wanted to chase a dream, it's not about money, fame, and success. It's about being here in WWE and performing on the grand stage.
Well, there's no question about it that every time Finn Balor comes out here, he understands that he's probably going to be the underdog. But he also understands that
Why? Why would he be the underdog? Is it because he's the first ever Universal Champion?
Finn Balor. On the contrary, gentlemen, Baron Corbin is all about money, fame, and success. Opportunity at whatever cost. He's taking it out right now on Finn Balor. And here is a man who's been successful at every level he's been at. He's a Golden Glove boxing champion. He played professional football, a United States champion here at WWE.
Did not play professional football.
He went to training camp.
He was on rosters. He didn't do anything.
But would you agree
He's on
that
the damn practice squad.
He was fat. He was fat back then.
He's a lineman.
Fat Baron Corbin.
Well, maybe at this juncture, I agree with you on that point, Coach. However, there's no doubt how talented Baron Corbin is. Now Balor sidestepping.
I do like that move on him.
Me too. Oh! Clothesline from hell-esque.
Oh, give us an end of days today, huh?
Take a look at the incredible agility, slide to the outside, and then nearly decapitates Balor.
Jeez.
I have been all over when that cardio was at center. Big, gloves, everywhere. I'm gonna scratch my whole body.
Corbin kind of slowing it down here.
Oh, I don't think anyone's ever said that one before.
Corbin's at his most dangerous when he's got his composure. A few extra seconds to strategize, plan what he wants.
Like, what do they do if Finn Balor wins this match?
All right, man. I'll tell Brian, hey,
Do they continue this?
it's got to end. They're like them. Like Corbin, almost, if they're going to do it at SummerSlam, has to win this.
And Corbin talks a lot about how his size gives him the distinct advantage in these matches against Balor. And Corey, prime example of that now. Look at the torque on Balor's neck. Corbin using all of his body weight against the back of Finn's neck. Incredibly painful situation. Could take Finn out.
I'll say some prayers for your cat there, Aaron.
With the weight differential and unable to really
Finn Balor's body almost looks fake.
you can do
Like,
unless you are able, like
molded.
Finn is doing right here, to stand
it's
back
not
up.
real.
Balor doing his best to manipulate.
Oh, God, you made it.
Baron Corbin to break the constable's grip. Oh!
Did I?
Well placed knee right to the abdomen.
Am I even real?
Oh, big drop kick.
Great counter.
Corbin driven out of the ring and allows Balor to regroup, buys himself some time here. As Corbin is stunned. Corbin might have gotten a little overconfident, looking to pick up the pace. That is Finn Balor's wheelhouse. Corbin needs to keep Finn.
Oh.
Right hand. Good night, Finn. Corbin may be out cold, and he wasn't then. He may be now.
And we know
Spike first on the apron.
how serious those rights are. But I gotta believe this, guys. We heard Roman Reigns say earlier tonight that he has gained respect for Bobby Lashley the last couple of weeks. You gotta believe that on some level, deep down, Baron Corbin has gained some respect for Finn Balor. He has to.
He's got an odd way of
I doubt it highly that he has gained respect for Finn Balor. But if that's what Coach says, that's what Coach says.
Complete control here.
There's now a Corbin sucks chant, which I couldn't agree with more. He's a legit heel, though. I mean, Corbin gets heat. People really don't like him. Post Malone, what's up, man? Welcome to the Raw live stream.
You can see unable to get back to his feet. May have only bought him a couple of seconds.
Valuable few seconds as they may be. Finn Balor needs to figure something out quick. Shot to Corbin. That ringing throughout the American Airlines Arena in Miami, and another one. Corbin once again just too powerful, but Balor with a quick disadvantage.
Oh, big boot to the face.
Quick it up. Oh, there's a step up into Gary, and it caught Corbin on the ear and dropped.
No, it's not really my style, man.
What?
Post Malone. Just the guy's name. That move's legit.
We're giving this 3 segments?
Jeez. Must be a lot of talking tonight.
You know, like 6 guys do that move, by the way.
Yeah, but he does it really, really well.
So does Rollins.
Rollins does it through the ropes.
He can also go over. We just saw it on your match of the night.
Shh. Give stuff away. All right, so next commercials, or this, now we're on a commercial, not next commercial. So we're going to do Bill's match of the week. For that match, we are going to take you back to Payback 2014. Mm-hmm. 2014. The Shield against Evolution.
Evolution is a mystery.
So we've got Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins as the Shield. And Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H as Evolution. I'd never seen the match. I kind of just asked God. I talked to him. And I said, God, what's a Shield match that I could go back and watch? And God was like, you should watch Payback 2014. So that's what I did. And the match, it gets going right off the bat. I mean, it's a little hectic to watch at the beginning because they all start in the ring going at it, and they all kind of spread out so the camera's bouncing around. But it's a really, really good match. The strangest thing about it is that Batista is wearing all blue. And apparently trending that night was #BlueTista, which I wish I was watching that particular pay-per-view. I would have laughed really hard. But the match goes for a while before anybody's eliminated. It's like an elimination 6-man tag match kind of deal. Batista's the first guy that goes down. And this is after, and you guys are going to be shocked by this, Roman Reigns takes a really, really good ass kicking and then immediately comes right back. I know that's a shock, and that never happens, but it happened. So I think Roman hits Batista with a spear, I believe, and that's how Batista gets eliminated. Then about, a minute and a half later, Dean Ambrose hits a Dirty Deeds on Randy Orton. The next time it's a pretty good back and forth with all 3 of them and Triple H. Before I think Triple H takes a Superman punch and he goes down too. The reason why this match was kind of cool is because it was the last original Shield match. The next night you have the Rollins heel turn and all that stuff, and then it's the end of the Batista run. Batista goes back to doing movies and whatever it is Batista does right after that. So Payback 2014. Go back and watch it. Post Malone, we are not going to do the next question until about 9:15, bud. And if you're new here, how do you know about the questions? Not that I care, but just curious. We are still on commercial because it's WWE. That's why I like watching the network. There's no commercials. Or anything with no commercials, really. And we are back, and he's in the same exact move he was in when the last commercial ended. Oh, good one, Aaron. You came in a different name. Very clever. Thanks for the multiple views. Appreciate that. Make all the names you want.
Corbin again, wrenching Finn Balor back down to the mat. This is classic big man style for Constable Corbin.
Is it? Is it classic big man style?
Close quarters. Once Finn picks up the pace, if he's able to, it benefits Balor greatly. But as long as Corbin,
you know what I haven't seen in a while?
it benefits the
Good bear hug.
From what I've heard, Vince hates the bear hug. It's like the claw. Like, he hates it. He thinks it's hokey.
It's so classic. You lift the small guy in the air, you shake him around a little bit,
And then he passes out.
you throw him on the ground, you get the boos while you put your arms up in the air.
was going for the sling blade, and Corbin misses wildly with a right, looking for the
We gonna get chokeslam here?
Oh, he's gonna jump over. Oh, rolling to it.
Rolling in. 1, 2. Oh, kick out. And there's the sling blade.
Oh, I'm gonna kick him into the corner.
Here comes the running kick.
Is this what's gonna happen? We said it.
Corbin on spaghetti legs in the corner. Can Balor capitalize?
Oh, he's waited too long.
Oh, now we're gonna get a chokeslam.
Now it's a backbreaker chokeslam.
Hooks the leg. Oh, Balor, isn't it enough? Balor showing the heart. Again, kicking out. So look at this. Corbin relentless, just raining down rights. The heavy hands of the constable put holes in
This match has been all right.
You saw him shake his head like, what did it take?
I don't really know what happened during the commercials.
If nothing else, I'm going to go back to what I know. And that is
It's had roughly almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, give or take.
The loss at Extreme Rules a couple of weeks ago, and now this tough battle with Balor tonight.
And another Corbin sucks chant.
Come out here and put Finn Balor away with ease. Reality is that's not going to happen ever with Finn.
Oh, DDT.
First goes
Trying to.
great counter by Finn Balor. Right back to his feet though.
Here it comes. Boom. I like that move. And Finn, who has, we've learned here in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, is really slow at climbing things.
Oh, T6.
Oh,
Great.
that's not good. And they have Balor kicking the deep.
That's not the
I know it's not. I know. What if everybody has like a okay? The guy's
No
gonna.
one has ever been pinned off the deep six.
What do you think that means in Baron Corbin's case? The deep 6.
You know what it means. 6 knuckles inside the
My least favorite main roster wrestler. It's possible that we're watching him in Baron Corbin.
Hold on. You like No Way Jose better than him?
Oh yeah, I hate No Way Jose. That's hokey. Yeah, No Way Jose. I don't buy it.
You like Mojo better than him?
Mojo's getting pushed.
That doesn't mean you gotta like him. He's getting a heel push, by the way.
That'll probably be Balor's next run. Are we gonna get the patented double count out? Haven't had double count out in a while.
Yeah.
That was only on 3.
Yeah, Finn's doing a great job of keeping the pace going. Now, can he finish?
Uh-oh. Here we go. Just climb the damn ropes, man.
A lot of fan shots tonight.
There it is. And told you.
That's such a sweet move.
That guy is distraught. He is distraught.
My night has been ruined!
Did you see that guy's face? What the?
I mentioned how important anticipation is inside and outside of the ring. Baron Corbin did a great job there of anticipating.
So I guess this locks it up. This is probably going to be a SummerSlam match.
Rubber match. Which is what Baron Corbin calls all those gay sex nights.
Easy. We're PG show here, God.
No, it's not. I bet Finn Balor.
End of Days is a sweet finisher.
It's so good.
I wish anybody used that other than him. She's crying. She can't believe it.
Oh, jump back in the ring and beat his ass. I love that heel move.
Finn Balor fans, they better understand at some point, Finn Balor has got to figure it out. I get that man.
He just beat him. He beat him with the pay-per-view, coach. When he's got to figure it out. Oh, here it
Yes,
comes.
heel move.
Patented heel move. The aftermatch beatdown. It's going to be another end of days.
Exclamation point on the statement victory. And Balor fighting back. And Corbin sends Balor outside the ring, and Corbin is not done. This is what you get for humiliating the constable. Baron Corbin hasn't forgotten about Extreme Rules.
If that was for real, he'd be like massively concussed. Like you laid his head on top of something and punched him in the temple. He could be dead. Brain dead.
Being a constable comes with certain freedoms, which Corbin wasted no time exploiting.
All right, so Finn Balor takes an L on Raw. It's not a shocker.
Oh, I forgot to give him a still. Come here, dum-dum.
Want some cheese? We'll get some cheese. All right. Kurt Angle, Paul Heyman. Two people I like.
He is under contractual obligation to appear. The moment he walked into this arena. Now, Mr. Walker, with all due respect, if you want more from Brock Lesnar, his locker room's right down the hallway. Go get more from Brock.
You're not doing that
Lesnar.
wrap cheese, are you?
This is not
What?
You got it's the Ziploc one.
It's your.
No, I used to. There's still
How about this, Mr. Henry?
singles.
This isn't
He
my
wants a
problem.
single.
I know, but sometimes it makes it look like his poop's wrapped in that saran wrap
You
stuff.
may be Brock Lesnar's advocate,
Seriously?
Yeah.
but you're under contract with the WWE, a contract that I control.
Fire him. Fire him.
If Brock Lesnar doesn't end up in that ring tonight, your contract is terminated. Say
Oh.
goodbye to the WWE. Really. I'm dead serious.
I'm liking this Paul Heyman tonight.
I've got a bad feeling Paul Heyman's going to become extreme tonight. History was made last week when the commissioner of Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon, announced the first ever all-women's pay-per-view WWE Evolution.
Why do we have that on
An emotional, it is moment. Next.
All right, so we're gonna have some kind of other historic evolution moment coming up next.
No, it's a recap.
Are they just gonna talk about it again?
Yeah.
They're gonna talk about stuff we already know.
Shut up. Dog. Oh, thank you.
All right, so as you guys just heard, if Paul Heyman can't get Brock Lesnar in the ring, he is fired. You gotta love it when WWE goes with the fired move.
Who was fired? Paul Heyman or Brock Lesnar?
Paul Heyman.
But we're going to keep Brock Lesnar. The guy who's not getting in the ring.
He doesn't really seem to care. I kind of like that. Like if they're gonna sell, like he really doesn't get in the WWE universe, then that's what they have to do. Yeah, Paul Gaiman. Thanks, Aaron. Second time tonight with your Paul Gaiman jokes. Are you really marking out to Paul Gaiman? God thinks it's funny. Good
I
job,
didn't hear
Aaron.
the first time. It's funny. That's funny. So stupid.
Will, you asked who's your least favorite main roster wrestler? You think my dog smells intolerance? He's not big on smelling. Can't really track. But you gotta wait. You got a while. You got until Bryant comes home before we're going outside. Yes, Aaron, even if you put a space between gay and man, it's the same thing. Come on, Will, you can't ask a question and not have an answer lined up. Yours is X-Pac. Not a fan of the Bronco Buster?
Is he even on the main roster? What the?
No.
Doesn't even work for him. It's not like you're saying Road Dogg, who's like the head writer of SmackDown. Like, at least that guy's still in the building. We're going to say Michael Hayes. The Fabulous Freebirds. I hate them.
Michael Hayes.
I hate Devon Dudley backstage running around. Like, who are you? Finley's back there, too, by the way.
My name is Finley. I love to fight. Talk about a guy who just knew he wasn't on the mic and he goes, I'm just going to come up with this.
It worked. Got a couple title matches out of it, I believe.
The X-Pac's the first one. Why don't you like X-Pac? Did you like the 1-2-3 Kid? I was a big fan of the 1-2-3 Kid. I liked him. For those of you that don't know, that was X-Pac's first little gimmick thing.
Who was he? 6? When he was with WCW?
Yeah.
SYXX? Like, come on.
Only guy that was in DX and the NWO.
Oh, Shawn Michaels.
Well, Michaels was in the NWO when they came over.
Yeah.
But, like, not when they were separate things. WWE has 30 million YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, well, what's that? No, Rick Rude. Legit.
Oh, yeah. And the same night.
Yeah, take that, X-Pac. Sean.
Oh, Corey.
Arr!
He's got to poop. I know he does.
Arr! Do you want to go outside? I'll take him.
Last week was absolutely no different. WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H.
The diaper match got to kill it.
Come on. Let's go.
The entire locker room is on the stage here tonight as we are moments away from an historic announcement. Nights like tonight happen because of all the
WWE needs a new creative team.
your dedication, blood,
Like the whole thing, you just want to blow it up?
make all of this possible.
Shut up.
With that said, I'd like to ask all our women to please step forward on the stage.
All right, so we right now we're watching the same thing we saw last week. They announced the WWE Evolution. I hope they start coming out with like people who are actually going to be in this thing. It probably won't happen now, but
because of opportunity. They don't just happen because of incredible talent. They happen because you deem it worthy of being a part of what you love.
yeah, I think it's going to be a great watch too. I think they're going to kill it. I really do. When they just, it's the same thing that they could do with the guys. When they let the women just go, I mean, they're good wrestlers. I mean, Becky Lynch is legit. Charlotte Flair is legit. Ronda Rousey has shown that she's pretty legit. Mickie James can't do it week in and week out, but she can still go too. So I'm pretty pumped about it. And it's something different. You know, when you watch wrestling for so long, not a lot of stuff changes.
Women, then, now, and forever, will participate in an event called Evolution. And that event will be the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
I don't think she's, no. Ronda legit wants to be, like, she's not going back to the Octagon. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that she got knocked out twice. But I don't think she's going back. Now, is she going to be, she'll do movies, she'll do other stuff. I don't know that she is going to be, like, full week in, week out, but she's not going to take 4 months in between Raws. She's been around pretty regularly, other than her suspension, since she came in.
This is something that we never imagined possible, and I just can't wait for October 28th.
All right, Alicia Fox stretching out, and not very well.
All right, Fox, listen up. My best friend Mickey James is injured this week, so I handpicked you to take her place tonight in this match against Natalia. But now that overhyped rookie Ronda Rousey's out of detention, she's going to be in Natty's corner tonight. But you know what? I don't want you to worry about that. Don't worry about Ronda, because I got Ronda. The champ's got Ronda. I just want you to focus on Natty. And come on, Fox. You and I both know that you were one of the trailblazers of this women's division.
Really? Alicia Fox?
Plus,
Trailblazer?
with all this buzz over the first ever all-women's pay-per-view WWE Evolution,
Who's the hottest, Will? You're just going to subject women like that? We don't do that here. But to answer the question, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose is the hottest.
Foxy, are you with me?
Come on, am I with you? Little bit. I'm gonna hurt Natalia so bad.
Aaron, come on, bro. PG chat.
You get it?
Alicia's different. I think she's with it.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalia.
Natalia's the... Oh. Here she comes. She back. Suspension over.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rowley
Rousey is back on Monday Night Raw after being suspended by our general manager, Kurt Angle, last month. And tomorrow night, Ronda Rousey joins
Tomorrow night she's going to be on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Set your DVRs.
for a championship match against Alexa Bliss in 3 weeks at SummerSlam. Yeah, well, you heard Alexis. She is now out of detention. And from the looks of things, Ronda Rousey could not be happier. Natalia is in action against Alicia Fox. Ronda's in her corner live. Next.
All right, so we are going back to commercial.
With Metro PCS.
All right, so we're going to get this match, which I'm pretty sure we all know is going to end up just being some kind of connection or some kind of run-in between Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey. You'd have to think at some point in this little back and forth that Alexa's going to have to get over at least once over top of Rousey, whether it be like, some kind of foreign object shot or something. It can't just be Ronda beating on her. But I think that match is pretty legit. I think it'll be like a pretty later in the card match at SummerSlam. I think you have to, if it's as much as if it's just Ziggler and Rollins, I think that's got to kick SummerSlam off because they'll get everybody going. They will tear the house down. So you gotta think that that's got to be them to start it off. It's a pretty big honor in the wrestling community to start off, be the first match in the Big Four pay-per-views because you're getting everything going. It's not just them mailing it in. All right, so what do you guys think is going to happen between Bliss and Rousey here? It's got to be something. So prediction time, what's up? Put a dolphin head on Dolph and call him Dolphin Ziggler. Wow. And the WWE needs new creative. Good Lord. Shh, come here. Hey. Hey. Huh?
You got ads.
You poop?
Yeah. A lot of Burger King.
I like Burger King. Any chicken club sandwiches?
Like fucking 10 Burger King ads. It's like all the... You need 2 original sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, $4.99.
Darn
and
right.
Two small French fries. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
We could legit eat that for a week.
9, 10. There's actually tons of them. You can get 10 nuggets and a large fry for free. $3.
All right, we're back. All right, gonna walk. Just to review, we're gonna get Natalya against Alicia Fox here. Rousey in one corner and Alexa Bliss in the other.
There's 7. Which means there's 14 of those moves.
We get paid tomorrow.
What?
We get paid tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, who faces Rousey in 3 weeks. All hail the goddess.
Her opponent, accompanied by the Raw Women's Champion.
God, is there a wrestler on the roster that can turn a glare on like Ronda Rousey?
No.
I understand that Alexa Bliss is in a tough spot with Mickie James going down to injury, but if I were the goddess, I'd pick a little bit stronger backup. Well,
Mickie James is injured?
Looking forward to Barclays Center in Brooklyn, sold out. In 3 weeks, SummerSlam is streaming live on the WWE Network. Bliss defends the Raw Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey. And guys, let's not forget what happened when Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey were battling back in Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's Championship. The night that Alexa cashed in, Ronda believed that she had a chance to win that night before Alexa got involved.
I believe she was 3 to 5 seconds away from winning the Raw Women's Championship when Alexa Bliss decided to wear her out. And unlike
All right, we are 1 hour down. 1 hour down on Raw.
and Alexa Bliss again.
All right, so we got Natalya, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox is doing weird Alicia Fox things.
What I don't mean to disparage Alicia Fox. I'm just saying we've seen what Ronda Rousey's capable of. She's out of her mind. I think Alexa Bliss would be better off calling, I don't know, Miami-Dade PD to come stand by her side. Natalya and Alicia one-on-one in this match.
Well, I do know this, Corey, that 30 days not being able to compete.
Oh, we got a roll-up pin here.
It must have felt like 30 months for Ronda Rousey.
In fact, it was a little longer than that, Coach. Remember, General Manager Kurt Angle had tacked on an extra week to the suspension after Ronda got involved a couple of weeks ago. Here's Fox roll up, shoulders down, and a kick out.
God, this match is slow.
It
just started. Natalya going for the best finishing move of all time. Best submission finishing move of all time. Sharpshooter.
Figure 4?
Sharpshooter.
Figure 4? Or are you talking about the walls of Jericho?
It's a fucking Boston crowd.
In its glory.
Oh, Natalya's in the apron. Don't think I've seen that.
Awesome veteran instinct by Fox. That is cagey, that is crafty. Fox, a former champion. Natalya as well. Rousey looking to win her first championship.
All right, so we got
SummerSlam from the
Natalya just went into the apron. You ever seen that? I haven't seen that.
I've seen the apron before, yeah.
Natalya and a kick out. While Alexa may be going a little bit over the line.
Only as of late, the past year or two.
The fact remains,
Interesting move. Doesn't really look like it would hurt.
the WWE in-ring experience.
Widowmaker is the best finisher.
She's only had
What's the Widowmaker?
matches on television in her career. WrestleMania, Money in the
Widowmaker?
Bank.
We do know that Alexa Bliss is one of the all-time.
What is the Widowmaker? Sounds like a bull.
And I think Ronda Rousey made it clear that she has gotten under the skin of the Rowdy
I've heard of it. I don't remember.
God, Alexa's such a good heel. Oh, Victoria used the Widowmaker.
When the Widowmakers are moved, watching Sean O'Hare do it. That guy's dead.
Jesus.
The Widower Maker.
All right, we got a submission move going on by Alicia Fox here. Oh, well, this is going on. Just want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't, go ahead and already hit that subscribe button. When Brian gets here, he'll do the entire, full spiel. It's enough. Come here.
So excited. He just wants everyone to be a part of it.
All right, so Alicia Fox, that is a very interesting submission move we got going on there. Ooh. Ryan Braun needs to go to the Angels. Who cares? The spear is not the best finishing move.
We're talking about submission moves, not finishing. Obviously, the best finishing move ever is the Dirty Deeds because no one kicks out of it.
Nobody kicks out of the Dirty Deeds. All right, this match is it's about time to start wrapping this up.
Oh, she almost fell down.
Who?
Natalia almost fell down running across the ring because I guess her body is not pushing. She is conscious of it.
This match has been pretty brutal.
Well, Alexa Bliss is looking like she is concerned about her pick to step in for Mickey James, but is she really?
Northern Lights suplex by Fox and a kick out by Natalia.
Have you ever seen somebody smile while their hip is upside down as they cover?
Oh! Alicia Fox goes for the kick on Ronda. Ooh, and a hard right from Alexa Bliss right to the face.
You're right, Coach. Big move by Fox. Looking to put Natalia away, who is down for the count. Fox with the win.
And Alexa Bliss is pumped. Alicia Fox gets her first win, and I can't remember.
And again, here we go. Rue Ronda Rousey into the fight.
Get her. Oh, Alicia Fox comes in with a kick. This will obviously. Yep. Oh, this move is tight.
Just wrecked Alicia Fox. Fox paid the price. Get the look on Bliss's face. Get out of there, champ. Alexa Bliss looks scared to death.
Oh, they're going to the crowd. Oh, nope. Got her. How does Alicia Fox get up already? Rousey's a big girl. Like, you don't realize that she's jacked. What?
It's a good sell there, Corey Graves.
So this will obviously set up some, maybe a tag match next week.
Yeah.
What? The coach just says things. Like, did they even give him an earpiece to the back? All right, and we're back with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, which I'm not going to lie, has been my favorite part of this.
A total reverse of concept.
He's been reading the same magazine for an hour.
No, that's Frontiers.
Oh.
Does go out.
First of all, think of all the teachers. It's just money in your pocket. And the subscriptions that will draw you to the WWE Network, which makes your appearance at SummerSlam even more valuable. And while you're out there, you can promote the fact that you are going to be a two-time undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world. What an opportunity. I was out there tonight. I felt the love.
American Frontier.
The affirmation
Yeah,
for
he was reading
Brock
Woodsman.
Lesnar was
Right,
overwhelming.
okay.
If you got out there tonight to the ring,
This has been the best part of this entire show.
Miami is going to give Brock Lesnar the
Come
conquering
here.
heroes welcome
here.
that only
I'll give you attention. Just fucking come here.
You have no idea how under my skin you are getting right now. I don't give a crap about the WWE Universe. In fact, I don't give a crap if I'm here right now, Paul. I'd much rather be at home on my couch in my house.
With Sable.
Now, why don't you go do something like give me a steak, medium well, baked potato, steamed broccoli. Get out of here, please.
Jesus, this is awesome.
Eats the same meal any other athlete ever eats before they're going to have to do something athletic. Steak, meat, vegetable, steak, potatoes, vegetable. Give it to me.
And we are used to Brock Lesnar acting like that towards others, but Paul Heyman is his God.
And remember, General Manager Angle told Heyman, Brock Lesnar better get out in the arena here tonight, or else
You're fired.
will be terminated. As Paul Heyman is concerned about his career, there are two superstars who will be mainstays on Monday Night Raw for years to come.
All right, Seth Rollins. This isn't. No way. This is next.
And Drew McIntyre, who's made a
Oh,
major
tonight. Okay,
impact
that's gotta be the
since
main event,
arriving on the
right?
scene here on Monday Night Raw. Rollins and
Brock is doing
McIntyre
this all
face
night.
off.
Brock's the man.
Oh yeah.
Best friends claim to be back
Oh, we get to see the Riot Squad and Riot Squad's gonna fight somebody different. It's not Ember Moon anymore.
in their friendship. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus the Riot Squad live tonight.
And last week, Jinder Mahal's mantras failed to call Mr. Money in the Bank. Mahal better host Strowman's truly found inner peace.
Oh, we're gonna have Braun Strowman, Jinder Mahal. Is Jinder Mahal going full job?
Later.
I hope. What do we got here? Yes!
Well, lady, Elias is next.
Jesus Christ. All right, so Elias is next. Tell you what, it's 9:09. We'll go ahead and do the next question. We'll go ahead and do the next question. So get a little roll call thing going on. Let me know who's here, who's not. All right, so Aaron's here. I refuse to let him be the only participant, so we had Will, I believe, got the first one right. So right now we have Will and Matt in the title match at the end. Make sure I'm right about that. Yeah, Will was the first one. Got the first one right. Will, you can answer this, but you're already in it, so it doesn't really count. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody? There's 11 people in here, only 2 are talking. Who else we got? All right, so as you guys know, the topic is The Rock. We talked about him joining the Nation of Domination before, and I talked a little bit about when he was Rocky Maivia. So for the second question, at what pay-per-view did Rocky Maivia first debut? What pay-per-view did Rocky Maivia debut? Nope, that's wrong, Aaron. Also not right, Will. All right, so for the people who have not answered yet that are still in here, what pay-per-view did The Rock debut? Hello from Saudi Arabia. All right. What's up, man? Do you happen to know which pay-per-view The Rock debuted at? You can be in the VOW Fatal 4-Way Championship match. Will, Aaron, you guys already guessed. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. Really? Guys, really? MSG is an arena. The arena is actually correct. But that is
MSG? What?
But that is what pay-per-view that was at Madison Square Garden? He was closer than you were, Aaron.
I am so tired of Alexa and Mickey, Alexa and Alicia, Alexa and whoever else she happens to be using at the moment. I'm back from suspension. I'm looking for a fight. Please don't make me wait for SummerSlam. I'm just gonna get suspended.
Okay. I understand. So let's make this official right now. Next week, you will go one-on-one against Alicia Fox in your first ever match on Monday Night Raw.
Good Lord.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so next week we get Ronda Rousey and Alicia Fox.
Great to have you.
That's an exciting development. Ronda Rousey on Monday Night Raw. Is she going to be ready for Alicia Fox?
I like the fact that she wasted no time, went directly to Kurt Angle, and got what she wanted.
Ronda Rousey's first match on Raw comes your way live next week from Jacksonville, Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Doesn't matter, Aaron. You have to answer it the first time. Now, please stop. Elias is on TV.
Hello, I am Elias.
Elias looks like he's got to do guitar. Must be all his album sales. Oh, Aaron, relax. I'm going to give it to you. You answered it right. But only because nobody else did.
Who wants to walk with Elias? Ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. I have dropped the greatest album of all time. I am changing people's lives. They're hearing my words. They're feeling my voice.
Yeah.
It has to be expected.
You're welcome.
I beat out some of the top musicians in the world. I beat out Panic at the Disco. I beat out Post Malone. I even beat out Taylor Swift. Let me hear you say amen. It is all because of one reason. It is what the music industry knows. And everyone
Rock's going to end up
knows.
showing up.
It's
all part of the angle.
The title of my album.
They're playing it up like he doesn't care.
WWE stands for
the WWE stands for.
The documentary.
Now the truth is, I could have beaten Drake. I could have went even higher on the charts. But I was interrupted by Bobby Lashley.
Oh, they're gonna go Elias Lashley.
I mean, I guess
No,
he must have been in a hurry to come out here and embarrass himself and lose to Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Miami, don't act like you get it all of a sudden, okay? This is
Buddy.
who worships a God musician like Pitbull. I mean, this is the same city that worships a low-life like
such a
The
lot
Rock.
of shit. He's talking shit on The Rock. Shit.
Fact,
It's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
let me tell you something, The Rock was no part of Alliance, I can guarantee you that. I wrote a song about the whole thing, so right now I need you all to silence your cell phones. Hold your applause and most importantly,
You can't read it yet. I haven't even read it yet.
I'm not going to miss.
Yep.
Oh, Lashley.
What? What a buzzkill.
Elias is being interrupted by Bobby Lashley again.
And there is no question that
Lashley's out here in his all black hat.
notoriety, popularity.
But listen, this is a big night for Elias.
Yes, it is.
Tonight, immediately following Monday Night Raw, streaming on the WWE Network, it's Walk with Elias.
The documentary.
Show the world how Elias made his brand new album. And I would play this great concert on Bourbon Street before WrestleMania. But yet again, Bobby Lashley interrupted. Okay, cut the music. I'm looking at you. Cut the music.
This isn't even going to be close on the mic.
You were doing out here.
Well, Elias, first of all, I'm a big fan. And since I heard you say my name out there, I figured I'd come out here and get a front row seat and listen to whatever you have to say.
All right. Is that right? You're a big fan, huh? Well, no matter what you say, Bobby Lashley, I can see right through you. You know what? I know you're not out here because you just want to walk with Elias. But you want to sing with Elias.
No, Elias, I fight, I don't sing.
That's exactly it. Bobby Lashley wants to sing with Elias. Do you people want to see Bobby Lashley sing with Elias?
Elias at this point can do no wrong.
He can do whatever he wants to.
Yes.
He just goes in there and does what he wants.
I tell you what, I don't normally
What's
do
he
this,
chewing on?
but for one night only, Bobby Lashley's going to
All right, everybody.
Paul Heyman has had 3 segments on it.
And they've all been gold.
And he's about to be fired unless Brock Lesnar leaves the locker room, which he shall not.
He's just back. He's reading.
He's read the Backwoodsman and the American Frontiersman magazines.
He told.
What's up, guys?
He just told Paul Heyman to go get him a steak and a baked potato and some steamed broccoli. Table shot.
Did you actually see Brock?
Oh yeah, you've seen him 3 times. He's just sitting in the back. He's like, I don't care about the universe. I don't even want to be here. I want to go home.
He said that?
Yeah.
Really playing up to the reality era. How's the trivia questions going?
Do what?
Trivia questions?
So far, Will and Aaron have gotten.
Aaron got one right.
Well, kind of. It was a second guess, but nobody else did it. I figured you would have caved, so that's what I did. Oh! Elias going after Bobby Lashley.
I believe he thinks Lashley embarrassed his performance here tonight. Now Elias taking it out on Lashley.
Well, here's the SummerSlam match.
Right hands from the Dominator. There goes Elias. If I'm not mistaken, did he tell Bobby Lashley, come in whenever you want?
Hit him in the mic. Have I talked enough?
Little Stevie.
I'm fucking sorry, Bill. It's 9:30. I want to go on the stream.
Well, Lashley was going Bruce, that's for sure.
Hey!
Bobby Lashley did
Fat
not.
Mojo's in the house, baby! They already asked for Fat Mojo by name.
Sit tough. No, not they. Aaron.
He's been having some gold. He called him Paul Gaiman tonight. Pretty funny.
What's up, Aaron? What's up, everybody? Have you debuted your segment yet?
Yeah, I already did.
What was the match? I saw that you said it was going to change.
2014 Payback. The Shield versus Evolution.
Is that the last one?
Yep.
Please. Whatever you need. Thanks for I already put down.
Finn Balor lose to Baron Corbin?
Yes, he did.
Saw that coming.
I've been meaning to tell you since Braun Strowman terrorized my son a few weeks ago.
What is he? What do you
You
eat?
know, you're now my son's
That big chunk of hair?
Yeah,
It's on the
he
ground?
walks
What's
around
wrong
the
with you?
house,
There's nothing here to
little
eat.
dress shirt. It's real cute. Yeah. You know, finally a male authority figure that we can look up to and respect. It's
Hey.
very refreshing.
You know? That's what I'm
Okay.
here for. To inspire.
Go.
Anyways, speaking of authority. Look, man, I gotta be
So I
honest.
missed anything good?
It's Brock
The
Lesnar's situation.
Heyman
It's
stuff's
very
been pretty good.
concerning to me, it's very obvious
With him and
where
Brock,
Rousey
Rousey is fighting Alicia Fox next week.
Ooh, debut on Raw.
Alicia Fox beat Natalia, and then came up and hit Rousey in the back, and then Rousey went to Kurt and said that she was looking for a fight. So she gets Alicia Fox on Raw next week.
Poor Alicia Fox. Yeah, Aaron, you're still my boy, man.
I'll see what I can do. But Brock is Kurt's problem, and
So we got one more trivia question left?
That contract
Yep.
belongs to Braun.
They kept asking, so I did too. We did. What was the first? What faction was The Rock a part of?
Nation Evaluation.
And we did. What was The Rock's first, or where did he debut?
What was the question?
Where The Rock debuted?
Survivor Series.
This is working. And I
In?
appreciate you coming out here and trying to help
That's
me.
what I'm-
But you see, I have a mantra of my own. Get these hands.
I will, Aaron.
Get these
Sorry to hear about your cat, man.
hands. Get these hands.
So we're gonna get Braun Strowman versus Jinder. No, we're getting Kevin Owens.
That's gonna happen tonight.
In the calming ways of Jinder Mahal.
I think Jinder's going full jobber mode.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't get why they turned him into this like. I don't get it.
Things certainly did not go as planned the last
Monster in the
week
Bank.
for
Did you get your
Jinder
Monster in the Bank
Mahal.
T-shirt yet?
Coming up next, another
Nor will I ever.
champion. Dare I say, inner peace. For who? We're not exactly sure. Braun Strowman, Jinder Mahal, live next, right here on Raw.
So what did the people think of your match of the week?
Didn't have any kind of reaction whatsoever.
Okay.
So
Right, when are you going to do the mod thing? Aaron, we don't have enough people, man. Like, calm down with that stuff. Sophomores like a 12-hour day, so yeah, I don't know what's up with. Fucking headset died halfway through the day. So I had to stay an extra hour.
It's not a TV fucking series?
what?
5 movies wasn't enough? The Purge? We're gonna have a TV series? You kidding me? I got the point.
I think what they're doing is I think they're taking the movies and turning them into like a TV show. Like, not actually like a TV show, like, just doing like 1 hour of like the Purge. You know what I mean?
Like 24? Each hour is 1 hour?
No, I mean that they're taking an hour from the movie and then just doing like taking the movies and turning them into episodes essentially.
What does help for heart failure look like?
No, that's a fucking 10-episode series.
Cooking dinner for 10.
Starting on September 4th on USA.
I've only seen the first one.
I want to
Entresto is a heart
Ethan
failure
Hawke.
medicine that helps your heart.
It was a good movie. I liked it.
On doing what you love.
good, but
In the
For what it
largest
was.
heart failure study
for what
ever,
was it?
Entresto was proven superior.
And those
to
movies
staying
cost buckets to
alive
make,
out of the
and they make
hospital.
money.
It helps
That's
to
why they keep
improve
happening.
your heart's ability
Vlad
to
Guerrero
pump
was
blood
the
to
first
body.
angel
Don't
inducted
take
to the
it
Hall of
just
Fame,
over
Brian.
It can cause harm
Is
or
that true?
death to an
I
unborn.
think it is true.
That's not true.
Actually, I think it is because they were talking on the radio.
Is that true?
What?
Now there's only like so many teams.
Vlad's the first angel in the Hall of Fame.
The most serious
I know
side
Ryan's
effects
an
are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney
I
problems,
thought he went as an Astro.
high blood potassium. Ask your doctor
Come on,
about
Sporkle.
Entresto for heart failure.
You missed a very good dinner made by God.
I heard.
Entresto.
What's up, Matthew? What's up, champ?
Burger King chicken fries are now $1.60.
Champ is here.
Prepare to freak out in
Speaking of the champ is here, the champ may be here, but his girlfriend is gone.
Chicken fries now just $1.69.
Sad news.
Only at Burger King.
TMZ said that. You didn't get my text that I sent you guys?
About Lance Storm?
Yeah, but did you read it?
Yeah, kind of, but I don't care about that.
It's over.
And he's also not the champ.
He's always the champ.
Mark, you save our customers hundreds for switching almost effortlessly. It's a gift. And Jamie.
Present.
Together, we are unstoppable. So, what
Somehow
are
I
we gonna do?
think he's gonna manage. I
Insurance.
think he'll be okay.
That's kind of what we do.
Well, I just hope he turns his Tampa home into a bachelor pad.
Yeah, Vlad's the first one.
Is he? I figured he'd go as an oil.
I think he said he wanted to go as an expo. They made him go as an angel.
I thought you got to pick now.
You do.
Tomorrow night.
He said he would have rather have gone as an expo.
Should have just gone as a
Oh,
national.
I guess he did, but maybe he wanted to do
An all-new episode of Ms. and Mrs. tomorrow night, immediately following SmackDown Live, only on USA.
News forever?
Yeah. Thank you, Nathan Rita, for subscribing to the channel.
By the way, who's that?
That's Aaron.
I saw that. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's Aaron. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck are these doing? Break it? Nah, we're still good. Tonight is my night to be the champ. It's going to happen, Brian. Even though I'm sad today. I don't even know what the questions are. This is the first, so I'll just... Hopefully I don't just, like, shout them out.
Like, answer him?
Yeah. Like, I'm, like, half paying attention. You just ask a random question. I'm like, he lost to Jericho, and for Jericho to become the undisputed champion. God. No. When my hand goes up, your butt goes down. It's all your fault. What?
Why are you bent?
My fault?
Yes, it is.
No.
Kevin. Or God. How much people food did you give Todd before Brian moved in? How much did he beg?
No.
I always give him pretzels. It's not my
I'm so
fault.
hungry, to be honest with you. I could eat another whole other thing of chicken.
Another chicken breast and a half?
You should do a tag team No, we're not doing tag teams. That would make no sense.
That would be so complicated.
It'd be so complicated. Like, your tag team partner would have to be there. It'd be way too difficult there.
Yeah.
We should at least do an intercontinental belt. You know?
The U.S. title?
Once we get really good, we'll do a women's championship belt.
Championship opportunity. Jinder Mahal, for the record, Michael Cole, has already fouled his earpiece. It's now Jinder's mission to help others find
Todd,
their earpiece.
this has to be a squash, right?
Feel sick. Have you ever seen someone so at peace?
Yeah, I mean, it's Jinder. Watch Jinder win.
Former champ. Jinder.
Yeah, that's when he was angry Jinder, not everything is great Jinder. Although I wouldn't be shocked if like Kevin Owens comes out and like costs Braun, distracts Braun and Jinder wins.
Get these hands. Get these hands. Yeah, he is.
Have we seen the B team tonight?
We have not. No B team. Actually, we're an hour and a half in. There's not been a tag match. It's a little different.
Have we seen? Oh, that's awkward. He was trying to be sneaky sneak. Have we seen? I'm guessing Seth Rollins and McIntyre is going to be the main event.
As of right now, but I'm assuming Brock's going to be the last thing. That would be the last match.
So have we seen Roman yet?
Yeah, he started it off. He came out, started off. Shut up. Come here.
Look, Jenner's going to get the win.
But the
that was the first time Heyman came out.
Yeah, Heyman came out.
Roman, Jenner, I called it.
Roman basically told him to shut up. And don't come out here unless Brock's out here, blah, blah, blah.
No Hogan sighting?
No Hogan sighting?
Well, apparently Hogan tweeted out that he was in Miami to shoot a music video.
Rap?
No. Like some band. Because, you know, Hogan in real life is actually apparently like a pretty good bass player.
Seven bass.
Like apparently, I can't remember if it was, I think it was Metallica like gave him a tryout at one point. Like in the 80s. Like he actually like performed with him or something like that. Yeah, apparently he's not bad. So like some guy was, I don't know, the tweets didn't like, you know, explain everything, but that's why he was in Miami to slap in the bass.
Slap in the bass. Slap in the bass, man.
Lucky for Braun, there's no countouts inside of a. Oh, never mind. They already had their cage match.
Hi, Steph. Stephanie, you know how this should look, right? Our friends on Raw are going to be very disappointed. Yes, I know you don't care.
I love how last week, God and I were talking about this. She comes out and she's all like, oh, and WWE ambassador. And now
Well,
she's like, yeah, we don't
Triple H was the one kind of more thanking the fans.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of the show.
What exactly is Kurt Angle talking about? We'll find out later.
We don't know, Coach.
Before the Architect squares off in an Intercontinental Championship rematch with Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, he'll have to climb the mountain that is Drew McIntyre. It's Seth Rollins, McIntyre, live tonight. Rollins and Ziggler and McIntyre certainly have never gotten along. Sasha Banks and Bayley claim that they're getting back together, stronger than ever, and looking for payback against Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad. Tag team action tonight.
What, fucking rush home for? Doing 85 down 66? Not accurate, but.
With the fact you've already come back here once today to bring the headphones.
I'm so pissed at myself. Just going through my book bag and I'm like, son of a bitch.
You guys hang out with Bitter Brian for a second?
My name is Bryant.
Bryant? Ah, there it is.
Fucking get that correct. Put some respect on my name. What's up, everybody?
Respect?
Respect on my name. That's what the cool kids say nowadays, Cav.
Not respect?
No, respect. Put some respect on my name.
Oh, just for the record, we have 7 days worth of
Yeah, I saw those.
Burger King coupons.
I'm not a big Burger King guy, so.
$4.99, 2 original chicken sandwiches, 2 small fries. We can have that for an entire week.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk to the people here.
14.
I'm trying to talk to the people here. Burger King doesn't sponsor this, so we're not mentioning them, even though I just did. What's up, everybody? So yeah, actually a pretty big news day, wrestling-wise. The Hogan stuff broke, which is probably going to be nothing. Snoop Dogg just subscribed to our channel. What's up, Snoopaloop?
That's Aaron. He already came in as Post Malone once.
Hey, Give me as many subscribers as we can. I don't care. Thank you, Snoop Dogg, for the subscription. A new match for All In was announced. Kev, you'll be interested in this.
Jericho.
No. It is going to be Mysterio.
Whoa!
Phoenix. Fuck, what's someone else? I can't remember who it is. It's a 6-man tag, going up against the Young Bucks.
Whoa!
And Kota Ibushi.
Ooh. Very nice.
So, All In, just getting better and better. Long-time TNA knockout, Madison Rayne.
Coming over, Mae Young Classic.
Announced for the Mae Young Classic.
SummerSlam has
She literally just fought at Slammiversary.
You know, SummerSlam has a new title match announced.
What's that?
Cruiserweight.
I don't care.
Alexander Drew Gulak.
Great. I don't watch the pre-show.
I think it's top 5 match later in the night. No.
Kevin, how many matches fucking... There's only going to be like 10 matches.
35 matches on SummerSlam. Everyone wrestles. It's like Evolution. 50 people on this card.
The Evolution is a mystery.
Yeah,
Dilly.
I'm still surprised that they said 50 women.
They're doing a battle royal or rumble or something.
I hope not.
They are. That's how you get 50 on there.
But I mean, they didn't say 50 women are going to compete. That's the thing. That's what I'm holding out hope for. Like, I'd rather them do like a 10-woman tag match.
10 on 10?
It's not
Sure.
an all-woman Survivor Series, Brian. Okay?
Yeah, but I don't want to fucking watch a 30-minute Royal Rumble or a 30-minute Battle Royal.
Just because you hate them.
No, it's because they're not. It's not going to be good.
You don't know that.
I do. When was the last time you saw a good Battle Royal?
Greatest Royal Rumble.
Thank you for proving my point.
Every WrestleMania?
Again, there's at least 6 matches on the card so far. Well, announced so far for SummerSlam, Reigns, Lesnar, Samoa Joe, AJ, Ronda, Alexa. You shut your... Seth versus Dolph. That's 4.
I would imagine that Finn Corbin's coming.
I hope not.
This is what happens when you sleep 8 hours a day.
Coming back from commercial break here.
Turn on.
I'm fucking figuring it out.
Yeah, look at you chumps.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I know y'all seeing what's going on out there. Because I've been running through this roster with Lenny.
Oh, you mean for Evolution?
And I ain't hiding.
I don't think there's any matches on the card for
I'm here to
Evolution.
call everybody.
I mean, you got... Well, I mean,
Because
technically,
Mojo Rawley is
there
for
are,
real.
because they have the championship matches announced. That there will be championship matches, but...
No way Jose wanted to know where the Fiesta was at. I showed him where the Fiesta was at. I beat that man so bad, I relegated him back to catering. Which is exactly where I left this clown right here. Very funny, Mojo.
Oh, here we go. Woo, woo, woo.
I thought Zack Ryder was still hurt. Oh, yeah, apparently this match is happening at SummerSlam.
Hey,
No, it's...
On
No.
the pre-show, yeah.
none of these guys want to listen to you anyway. I got a question for you. You got a problem with me?
And what if I did?
Yeah, it's a dog in the background.
What are you
now.
gonna do about it, Bobby? Huh? You gonna catchphrase me in a submission?
Remember how excited people were when Bobby Lashley came up to the main
Oh,
roster?
locker room fight. I haven't seen a locker room fight in a while.
All right, Bill. I'm going to start a new tradition on this show. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to show you in a matter of seconds.
Appreciate the fire in Mojo's eyes. Yeah, but that has been brewing for weeks between
Oh, maybe not
Mojo
seconds.
and Rude.
I'll debut it eventually. Just wait. It's going to come.
I don't like surprises.
Yeah, well, you're going to get surprised.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing
Do you think Dana Brooke likes her job?
She's not bad.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's what's annoying is like she's got a good look, like she's a pretty girl, and she's fucking built like a brick shithouse. She's probably the strongest woman on the roster.
Like pound for pound.
Huh?
Pound for pound.
No, I think probably strongest period.
I'm sure Nia lifts more weight than she does.
Yeah, really, really cool. He's so proud of it, and he should be. We're proud of him.
So many jokes.
Oh, you are good.
Representing the authors of pain,
Maybe in certain exercises or certain lifts, but I feel like if it was bench, I'd be willing to bet Dana Brooke could bench more than Nia Jax.
As the authors of faith, it's important. Titus Worldwide knew last week
Like an evolution, like Beth Phoenix already said she's going to be there. Like you should totally do Dana Brooke versus Beth Phoenix because they're pretty much the same fucking character. Well, not the same character, but the same kind of wrestler.
Yeah, but Beth Phoenix, she's the Glamazon.
She's married to Edge.
Big 6'2", 250 pounds.
I know. After his previous marriage got ruined by him fucking Lita.
Very similar to what they said to me as well.
That's a good choice.
I don't know. You don't know what his whole life was.
It takes down Apollo
It was that her.
tremendous athlete, but maybe
Anyways, been off topic here.
She won Lita.
You don't know that. We know she wasn't Lita, but I don't know. She could have been a lovely woman.
First began wrestling as a
Which one has personality matter to you?
Sorry, I watched last week tonight during my lunch break today, and it was all about sexual harassment, so my mind is going in different ways. He interviewed Anita Hill.
Clarence Thomas.
So when Clarence Thomas was going through the Supreme Court nomination, Anita Hill came out saying that he had sexually harassed her, and she went up to Congress, and they pretty much just berated her and like talked shit about her and tried to belittle her, and it became like a big thing. Didn't obviously make too much difference, but
Ooh. Think about a guy who's just got straight athletic ability all over the place.
and no personality.
No, none.
So him being in a tag team is actually a smart thing. But you put him with Titus O'Neil, who
Now it's just a glorified gift.
yeah, I mean, he's a great ambassador for the company, but he's not someone that I would believe as a tag team champion. Like, oh, it's like the first win for Cruz, right?
Yep.
So this is going to be a SummerSlam pre-show match, right?
It's got to be. You would think.
Yeah, Aaron, you're still in the championship match, dude.
There is Drew
Oh.
McIntyre. He said his arrival back on Monday Night Raw was a wake-up call and a reality check.
Oh, look at Ziggler's hair.
Oh, he straightened it.
I've never seen him like that before. Like an 80s look. What's next?
All-American dog or chili cheese pony with tots for just $2.99. Before SummerSlam.
Although they just told us that Sasha Banks and Bayley was up next, so
Could be anything.
I
They're always
don't-
keeping us guessing here on Raw.
Yeah, I gotta SummerSlam. It's kind of
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
it's gonna be one of these shows where it's
Yep,
up and down. Like Miz, Daniel Bryan should be really good. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles should be really good.
Ziggler Rollins will be good again.
Ziggler Rollins will be good, but then you're gonna get like the B team versus Hardy and Wyatt.
Why do you hate the B team so much?
Because they're not a sustainable gimmick. That's why.
Okay, right now, just because you're not going to look back on it 6 years from now and be like, B team, they're all famers. Like, it's fun, it's different. Nothing wrong with that.
I just don't think they should have won the titles. I don't think Hardy and Wyatt should have kept the titles either.
Well, the tag team division on Raw sucks.
Yeah, it's a shit show. No, I enjoy the B team. They're comical, they're funny, but it's just I know what it's leading to. Using my words over here. I know it's just leading to them getting the shit kicked out of them by the Authors of Pain. So
remember that.
Also, not even that.
But then
I like to see them move on to somebody else.
What do you mean?
Move away from Hardy and Wyatt.
Well, yeah, but you got to finish out the program. It's just the way wrestling works.
Well, you could have finished it out last week. They had the rematch. They won. They could have been done.
It might be done.
No, because you weren't probably watching them. Wyatt and Hardy attacked them after the match.
Oh.
So they did the whole thing where they were like, you. And then they're like, oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. Oh, fuck no. And they got their asses kicked.
Well, have you ever known WWE not to know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt? I mean,
I've given up on Bray Wyatt. Sorry. I was too invested in him.
It makes me so sad. He's very good in the ring. You could do so much of that character.
Once they went supernatural, he lost it. What he was when he debuted was fantastic.
What, the cult leader?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can evolve that character, but you don't need to evolve it to like... Aaron, how many freaking accounts do you have, bro?
You told me you didn't care.
I don't. I mean, James Ellsworth subscribed. I didn't even see that. James Ellsworth, welcome to the stream, man.
Thanks, James.
I know you got a lot of time on your hands. Either you're unemployed.
It's a nice little 3-week run back he had.
I don't think he's done.
I think he comes back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I could see him coming back at SummerSlam.
But Becky wins anyway. I was reading an article there. It was a pretty good circle because how Becky got this title taken.
What's up, Brady Gold?
What's up, Brady?
Welcome to the stream, my friend.
Money in the Bank. So you wrap full circle.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. WWE doesn't like to do this very often, where they have like two of the same title changing hands on the same show. So I could see it where Carmella retains and Becky takes it like on a SmackDown or something.
Good.
Guess because I'm assuming Ronda's going to get the belt. Bring up Ciampa already. Actually, don't. Bring up.
Why? So they can ruin it?
Rocky Winner 12. That's Aaron again. Thanks, Aaron. Keep them coming, man.
Do you have email addresses for all this? Like
yeah, you do.
How many Hotmail accounts does Aaron have?
Aaron really wants to be a moderator. So look. Brock Lesnar's been back on Raw, or back in the company for 6 years. Let's think. WrestleMania 29 was his first WrestleMania back.
They're back on TV.
30.
This is the first Raw he's been on since the one after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a good burn it down. So he had 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. So yeah, 6 years. 6.5 at this point. He's not wrestled one match on Raw. Not one. Rousey's already doing it. Go Ronda Rousey. What's up, Takia? Welcome back.
What's up?
Brady, who's your favorite wrestler? Current or past? Or both?
However, we can answer this question.
We answered a couple times. I feel like my answer is different every week.
2018 has been at a fever pitch the entire time. One slip up in the open challenge, and Ziggler capitalized, taking what Rollins prized so dearly. It could all change.
My favorite wrestler right now?
Yours one does change every week.
It does. In the WWE, of course. Just because he looks so damn good right now, I'm going to say Dolph Ziggler. He's told me just like that. Bill's is Finn Balor.
Yes, it is.
He's the constant on the show.
And Bret Hart. I say the same answers every time.
If I'm going all time, yeah, it's gotta be John Cena. Like Roman, all right.
That makes one. You.
She'd been here last week, Brady. We were doing Roman Reigns trivia questions.
That was riveting.
Actually, there may be one that you wouldn't know. Who did Roman Reigns defeat for his first WWE championship? Sit. Right. Take a guess. I have no idea. 20. It was before 32. WrestleMania 32. It was right after Rollins got hurt. So Rollins had beaten Sting, and then Rollins got hurt a couple weeks later, so they did a tournament. I'll give you a hint. It wasn't a bad guy. It was a baby face. Who Roman defeated for his first title, WWE champion. I know, but Bill wasn't here, so I was asking if he knew.
Dean Ambrose?
Yep.
Ambrose beat Owens earlier tonight, and Roman beat Alberto Del Rio.
Roman was champion for all about 30 seconds. Sheamus cashed in. Beat him.
Sheamus is going to be my answer.
And then he beat Sheamus like 3 weeks later on.
They're doing a lot with the apron. They're like putting Natalia in it.
Kenny Omega.
He wanted to slam into that stuff like that inside.
Kenny Omega recently, like yesterday or the day before, something like that, was talking. Oh God, that was gross. That was. I like that. Hey, we got.
Why is there sodas and water bottles?
There's always water bottles there.
Burger King chicken fries are now $1.69. Prepare to freak out in 3, 2.
Oh, I love Seth Rollins. I think right now he's match for match probably the hottest thing they have going. I mean, it's every match is good. He doesn't have any duds. And it's been like that for months.
Yeah, he's not that. And this isn't a perfect comparison because I think this person's much better than Seth overall. But he's like the modern day Shawn Michaels. You put him in there with anybody, he's going to get a good match. I mean, he got a good match on Mojo Rawley for crying out loud. Like,
I believe the WWE term is they can have a good match with a broom.
Yeah. Where's that story at?
So you're saying they're both like the legendary Ric Flair. Back.
Well, every wrestler says Rick is the
territorial days.
Like, you ask Stone Cold, you ask Shawn Michaels, they all say Rick's the greatest of all time.
Well, the thing about Rick was he was a heel that you honestly believe shouldn't have been winning, if that makes sense. Like,
well, yeah,
you look at him,
he got his ass kicked for 58 minutes.
Yeah, like he really
dirtiest player in the game won.
Didn't really have a good body. Didn't really, he's in there against bodybuilder Sting, and all of a sudden he's just figuring it out. Style and profiling. No, we did not do SmackDown live streams.
Yet.
Never.
What? Yet.
Maybe God will do one.
Nope.
In a mask.
If Burns will buy me a luchador mask, I will do it.
You can do 205 live. In a luchador mask.
That's just racist.
Well, profiling. I wouldn't say racist.
It's like if we're going to watch Lucha Underground.
That's what it's called.
There we go.
Yeah, I like AJ Styles.
All right, here's what I was looking for. So Omega was talking about Roman Reigns recently. This is what he had to say. That's what makes me appealing, that I'm confident, I believe in myself, and I think everybody can relate to that. Oh, wait, that's Roman. Omega was told Reigns' comment and challenged that his style wasn't true.
Omega Style's not true?
No, Reigns. So Reigns said, that's what makes me appealing, that I'm confident, I believe in myself, and I think everybody can relate to that. That's something everybody should relate to. It's called self-esteem for a reason. You can't get it from anybody else. If I project that, if I portray that, it's empowering to so many people who are a little insecure, who get nervous. That's what Roman said.
Okay.
Omega was told what Reigns said. What Reigns was said, and he said that his style wasn't true. He said it also doesn't seem true either. People go through heartbreak in all walks of life, regardless of age, sex, religion, whatever. There are times you break up with a loved one, a friend, whatever, you feel alone. It's a very easy feeling to understand, the feeling of loss, heartache, and pain. So I put myself in the position to feel pain alongside with the fans. WWE keeps it simple because they feel as simple as possible is best. It's the easiest to book for television as well. You can micromanage things in the second half. It's an interesting perspective.
I'm not doing it.
Rollins, who in 3 weeks has a date with Ziggler at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. You can see the symptoms to hold that neck.
No, but it's an interesting perspective. And this is the thing I've been saying for a long time. He can say it in a different way. That WWE storytelling is just simple.
Yeah, boring.
It lacks emotion. And, like, that's why a lot of these, there really isn't, see, like what New Japan does, right, is they present their story, they present their product in more of a sport-like presentation.
Yeah, with the press conferences and all that stuff.
Even their storylines, their in-ring product, right? It's more UFC than it is WWE.
Okay.
And I think that's what the WWE tries to do, because they don't really have stories for the most part. So I feel like they try to present it as sport. Like that's why I think they really wanted to get the ESPN relationship. But their product in the ring isn't good enough to be presented like that.
Well, that's why for all these stuff, like that's why I think what's it called, like the Lesnar thing, they've gone with that for so long because they like to present it as like these big, love a good spine buster.
Well, I truly believe they went as long as what they did is just to get that title or that
the record
away from Punk. That's honestly, I feel like once they got like 7 months in, they're like, we'll just ride this out.
We're making money.
Making a shit ton of money. And that's what Chris Cash and I talked about that in the Voice of Wrestling. That's the problem with WWE right now. Is they're making more money than they've ever made. Business-wise, it is booming. It is doing better than like Attitude Era.
Well, the thing about the Attitude Era, and even right after, what was that era?
I think it's technically deemed the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Oh, that's what John Cena had.
I think that's what they always refer to it as. What's up, MD? Welcome to the stream, my friend.
But I think the biggest thing about the Attitude Era was it was competition. Like they had to be better. Like now, it's just a game in town.
Yep. I mean, you have other options, but like you can't watch New Japan live. I mean, you can. They got to be up at 3 in the morning. Which I've done.
Which you have.
It's not fun.
Downright insane.
But their competition can't really compete. Because like TNA.
Oh,
Jesus. Seth Rollins, McIntyre, into the Caribbean. hooks the inside leg of Rollins, and Rollins stays in it. How? And again, this is one of the reasons.
For those of you guys who are new to the stream, welcome. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button.
I did drop that when I was on the line, by the way.
Very good. I'm proud of you.
I don't remember all the other stuff.
Hit that subscribe button. Check out all the content we do here at Voice of Wrestling. Obviously, our Raw live stream. We do after shows for a lot of the pay-per-views. We'll be doing one for SummerSlam.
So many times, though, Michael, we focus on what happened and not what's to come.
Maybe a pre-show. Talking about Chris about that. Maybe a pre-show.
Focus on McIntyre right in front of him. McIntyre on the side of the face of Rollins. And now it's
Maybe a solo pre-show.
As long as we're not streaming it, I'll do a pre-show.
I don't know how to not stream it. Like, I don't know how to record it ahead of time.
No, I mean like SummerSlam. Like,
no, we're not streaming SummerSlam. Oh God.
We could do like predictions and see who's right.
We do a pre-show and an after show.
Yeah, we could like make a bet on it.
Well, I won't be shocked if Brock retains. I'm getting to the point where I think he's going to. Because he can't compete in UFC till January. I think is when everyone's pitting that match. Or that fight to happen.
Yeah.
Right? So they do like fight camps and everything. And those typically last, I think, like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's really not out of the realm of possibility he's at Survivor Series.
He drops at Survivor Series?
Yeah.
To the other side?
Sure. So, anything, it wouldn't shock me if he beats Roman, and then it's at Raw the next night, and they have Braun Strowman cash in on Raw. You finally get a Brock Lesnar match on the pay-per-view.
I don't think it happens. I think the big buzz now is that the big cash in is going to happen at SummerSlam. They like to do predictable things, but not that predictable. You know what I mean? Like where literally everybody's saying it's
when they think it's going to happen like that, they'll do it the next night.
Yeah.
It's like when Ziggler. It's like when Ziggler cashed. Everyone thought it was going to happen at Mania. Happen the next night.
My client, Brock Lesnar, is here right now in the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. And he is sitting in the comfort of his luxurious locker room, and he will come out here when he feels like it. If he actually shows up, I want you to remember this. Go ahead and write this down. If Brock Lesnar shows up to SummerSlam, I'm going to send him back to the UFC.
It actually
is that like
but
a
he's
negative?
not going back as the Beast.
Oh, okay.
He's going back as Roman Reigns' bitch.
Roman loves to call Brock a bitch. It's his favorite go-to. Call him a motherfucker. Just one time. Just be like, look, I want to get over tonight. Bleep me out. Let me call him a motherfucker.
End up in that ring tonight?
Call the USA Network. Tell them it's coming.
Say goodbye to the WWE. Really? I'm dead serious.
Come on, Kurt. This is a perfect time to drop. Oh, it's true.
It's damn
true.
Try to persuade Brock to come to the ring, or else he would lose his job.
If you go out there tonight to the ring, even for just a few minutes, I'm telling you, Miami is going to give Brock Lesnar the conquering hero welcome
That's how he reads.
only he deserves.
Reads backwards.
He's got a new T-shirt.
You have no idea how under my skin you are getting right now.
By the way, at this point, he had already thrown Paul Heyman's phone against the wall.
I don't give a crap about the WWE Universe. In fact, I don't give a crap if I'm here right now. I'd much rather be at home on my couch in my house.
With my smoking hot wife.
And what before that, he said, him was like, "Did you see what Roman Reigns said?" Blah blah blah. And Lesnar goes, "No, I don't watch the show."
I'm not sure if you're aware of this Brock Lesnar situation.
I love how small Roman Reigns' locker room is.
It's a closet.
She called me earlier tonight. And since we're going to have Brock Lesnar, he's scheduled to be here tonight, Stephanie asked me to remove you from the building. I don't care what Stephanie said. Where's Stephanie at? Yeah, but Roman, you're going to lose your championship opportunity at SummerSlam. When's this going to stop? How long are we going to do this for?
We ask ourselves the same question every week, Roman.
Yeah, every Monday when I wake up, I ask myself why I still do this.
You've been in this position. Yes. You're a dog. You're an Olympic champion.
With a broken
I
freaking neck.
understand all these different things and how they're putting pressure on you, but the fact is, I'm not a yes man.
Officers.
Shut up, Corbin.
Is this really necessary? Really?
I hope all of them say Miami Police and the other guys doesn't. He's really got like a different uniform.
I just wanted to slam.
They're gonna grab his shit. You're leaving in the fucking locker room. You need your stuff.
Nice.
Still need your shit.
Get your stuff.
You're leaving. You don't live in Miami. You're not The Rock.
He's gonna stay at the Rock's house. Iron Paradise.
All right, so clearly Brock's coming out tonight. Roman's going to come to the crowd.
You know what?
What? Tell me I'm wrong.
You are. You know what? I've had enough to hear with your negativity.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're right.
Thank you. I don't want. It's a shitty show.
You haven't even been here for most of it.
Yeah, that tells you how bad it is.
You've seen 3 segments, and the fucking Rollins one was a decent segment.
I really wasn't paying attention.
So you weren't paying attention. Oh, so now you're being billed for the pay-per-view back when he talked shit on matches when his face was on his fucking phone. This is great. Burns and Bill running the show when they fucking hate it. Great advertising right now. We fucking hate Raw, but we run it. Woo!
I didn't say I hated Raw.
Makes people
I
want to
kind of
watch.
like this Raw.
Fuck you.
Oh, am I not right?
No, you're not.
Really?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, you talked about how this was the worst thing you've ever seen in your life, and why do you even do this job anymore?
We do that every week.
Yeah, that's a weekly. That's our tradition.
Okay.
That's what the show is. Should be the Raw Bash live stream.
No, I mean what I've seen so far, the Elias Bobby Lashley thing was dumb. That's just forcing that match for SummerSlam.
We gotta do something with him.
Why didn't you make it a triple threat though? Roman, Bobby, Lesnar. That's what I don't understand. That's just what I don't get. Because now you're going to put him with Elias, and you're in a lose-lose situation. If Bobby wins, that sucks for Elias. If Elias wins, that sucks for Bobby Lashley.
Well, in the spirit of competition, when somebody loses, it sucks for the other person.
You know what I mean, though. Like, both guys should get wins at SummerSlam. Elias is probably your most entertaining wrestler.
He's your most entertaining character.
Same thing. He's not bad in the ring.
No, he's not bad. But at this point, he's at the point now, it really doesn't make a difference if he wins or loses.
You know, he does.
He's still going to strum that guitar. And when's the last time you won a match?
I can't remember the last time he wrestled a match.
2 weeks ago. Triple threat.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, but that was the first time in like a month he'd been on TV.
Elias needs wins, in my opinion.
Needs dubs.
He needs some dubs. And Bobby Lashley needs some wins.
Yeah, he got that Sami Zayn W. Pinned Roman clean on pay-per-view.
And then fucking lost when it mattered.
But I do agree with you. They are 1-1, so I don't understand why you don't at least have a rubber match.
Yeah, I think it should, but that's the match that made sense because then you can put Bobby Lashley in that category, that level.
You could even do that at SummerSlam. Do the whole, we're gonna have their really number one contender match, like as the first match at SummerSlam. Winner gets Brock at the end of the night. Is this a Kurt Angle documentary?
I don't know what the hell it is. I mean, you could have done it this way. You could have had Kurt Angle be like, look.
No, it's when they showed him being perfect at everything.
Yeah, that took like 6 hours, the basketball one, because evidently he was awful at basketball.
But you could have done it where, like, look, Bobby Lashley beat Roman last night at Extreme Rules, so he's going to be facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And then Roman's like, I want a shot at Brock. Like, I want a shot at Brock, Kurt. All right, Brock or Roman. If you can beat Bobby Lashley next week on Raw, I'll make it a triple threat. If Bobby wins, I'll let him pick the stipulation for the match. Something like that. Because no one wants to see Roman Reigns versus fucking Brock Lesnar again.
I bet you Roman Reigns does.
I don't even think Roman Reigns does because he's going to want to fucking lose again. All I do is eat losses to Brock.
The only time he eats losses.
I know, that's why he doesn't want to do them. We're going to do the next trivia question, Bill.
Next commercial.
All right, next commercial break, guys. We're going to do the final trivia question to see who's going to join Aaron and Will to take on Matthew, our current champion. TNA Lashley would have beat the shit out of Reigns. Yeah, he would have. TNA Lashley was awesome.
Already in the ring, however, is our own Charlie Caruso.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team.
Here you go. Here you go, boy.
Here we go.
Cinderella story come to life. A few months back,
Bobby Roode can turn heel versus Finn. He kind of coming out of nowhere.
Well, sure, I guess he could.
I'd rather see Finn turn heel.
No.
I'd rather see Finn turn heel and Gallows and Anderson come back to Raw. And you got the club.
Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy for the title. So last week on Monday Night Raw, Hardy and Wyatt said, we want our rematch. And they got it. And Corey...
I have a question. What are you happy with in WWE right now?
Look their way into a victory against when it seemed to
Ronda
be
Rousey.
the world had another championship reign at hand. Things would get a little chaotic, which would lead to this. Watch the impact.
I mean, there's wrestlers that I'm happy about. I can't. I mean, in terms of like storylines, there's no storyline that's really gripping me right now.
Not even the Miz and Daniel Bryan?
No, honestly, it's like I'm looking forward to that match, but here's the problem with that storyline: you're never gonna top the Miz's like freak out on talking smack. He just fucking laid it all out, and really that's what got Miz back to where he is now. You're not gonna top that, in my opinion. So.
Well, Charles,
I mean, the fake baby last week was a good bit, but I think that it's already reached its pinnacle 2 years ago. And we have seen Miz and Bryan wrestle numerous times.
Living their dreams.
Yeah.
But we are dreaming to live. I don't ever want to wake up and and the support that we've been
AJ versus Samoa Joe is going to be good. Hi, Aaron. Trying to be nice to you because you're your cat. Making it difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, hold on. There is one team that is not.
But the thing I'm worried about with AJ and Samoa Joe is, like, I thought AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura was going to be fantastic. And, like, they didn't have any good matches. I mean, they didn't have bad matches. But nothing compared to, like, what everyone thought they were going to be able to do. I feel like the same thing's going to happen with Samoa Joe and AJ. They're going to show up at SummerSlam, get like, I don't know, 15 minutes, be the opening match. What if Jason Jordan returns to SummerSlam, costs Lesnar the title, and turns heel on Reigns? I will break my computer. I'll break the computer. I'll break the TV. I'll burn this fucking house down.
You will not break the TV.
I'll fucking buy you a new one.
You know why you can do that?
I will burn this motherfucker to the ground if that happens.
Dude,
You can't do
Robbie,
that.
You'll get Robbie divorced.
No, insurance will cover it. He'll actually make money off it. It'll be good.
B-Team, your success is a cosmic anomaly.
Number what?
You
I don't
have
laugh
displaced
at Woken
the
Matt Hardy
balance
very
of
often.
the
That's funny.
universe, and it is up to us to mend the drapery of all of
What if-
space and time.
What if Bray was like, hey, brother,
Y'all talk about your dreams as if they're real, as if they mean something. But dreams are fleeting. They can't be touched or realized, but nightmares? Nightmares.
are they supposed to be the heels?
Those
I don't know.
are real.
I kind of like
They're
their
made
shirts,
up
though.
of your insecurities and your
Bray looks like he's trimmed up a little bit.
fears.
He's getting ready to make a run.
We
To TNA.
are your nightmare manifested. And we shall haunt you until you are finally deleted.
So speaking of SummerSlam, I think, I don't know if it's official, but we assume it's going to happen. Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy.
No, the expectation is Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Nakamura. Triple threat for U.S. title.
That'd be good.
The revival
Should be,
has
on paper.
arrived.
Matt and Bray.
God, what a waste of talent the fucking Revival has been since they got called up.
What the two
And
of
not
you just
not
said.
their fault, but
And more
we're talking
than
about a
that,
great tag
Nash,
team.
Well, they call themselves
how are the
wrestlers.
four of these delusional
Can't do that.
buffoons on the top of the Raw Tag Team division?
Newsflash, boys, we are the team that defeated Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, two of the very best competitors in all of WWE.
Since Gable is on Raw, they're probably going to reunite Alpha,
So,
American
Matt,
Alpha. I don't think so,
Bray,
Aaron, because
why don't you fellas
Jason
just
Jordan's been
step
cleared
on the
for
side
months.
and let a couple of
He's been cleared
real
since, like,
top
He
guys
hasn't.
WrestleMania.
I just read it.
handle
He's still not
business
clear.
and get the job
I
done.
read a report like last week that he's been cleared since WrestleMania, and they just don't have anything creatively for him.
Okay.
They didn't have anything creatively for him before,
We'll be
but
more
they
than
kept
happy
shoving
to
it
step aside.
down our throats.
He was on
Because
TV.
you obviously want to be speaking to Matt and Bray. Oh!
And the B-Team caught the middle, and now
So we're going to get a triple threat tag match on the SummerSlam pre-show?
just missed Dawson and
How many matches are on this pre-show?
with Wyatt
all
and
of
Hardy.
And a big fight is broken out
SummerSlam is just going to be a 4-hour Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match.
And Bray
Please, no.
Wyatt and Matt Hardy standing tall.
3 hours and 50 minutes of Roman Reigns getting beat up.
Roman Reigns is going to get suplex 843 times.
All right. Question time?
I don't know what the questions are, so this is all on you.
All right. So, like we'll do it like we have been doing. We'll just get kind of a roll call, see who's here, see who's paying attention. We'll do the third question to see who the final person in the Fatal 4-Way for the VOW Championship is going to be. Again, the theme for tonight is Bryant's bitterness and The Rock. So it could be a question about either. Yeah, Matt, you're here, but as always, you can answer, but I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong until somebody else answers. So who else we got? Anybody? Chris, you've been chatting it up. Anybody? Not going to ask a question if nobody's paying attention. They're lively tonight. Must be your positive energy.
Most likely. Just ask it.
All right. I'm just going to ask it.
Get one guess.
You get one guess, Aaron. All right,
Aaron's
so,
already in it, so.
Has that ever stopped him?
Well, I don't think he's ever been in it before.
Was that 3 weeks ago? That's basically what I did. All right, so because Brock Lesnar is here, and they're in Miami, and the questions are about The Rock, the question is going to be very simple. The Rock and Brock had one match on a pay-per-view. What pay-per-view was it? I don't need a year. Just give me the pay-per-view.
Aaron Reed Rocks 1, 2, 3.
Really good.
Does that one subscribe to our channel? Aaron, you're already in the match, bud.
You're already in the match, dude.
Hey, there
we go. All right, so there's our fourth competitor. In there, Chris. So it'll be Will, Aaron, Chris, and defending champ Matthew. For those of you, just a reminder that the final question is always something with numbers. So it's just closest to, higher or lower, first one to answer.
I don't even know what the question is. Actually, yes, I do. I heard you talking to Kevin.
We changed it from the original one. I knew that number would be higher. I was trying to get it higher.
You should have done how many millions of dollars did the Scorpion King make?
And millions.
Oh, I went to like 1 million.
Nah, I marked up. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be a match. I thought it was over.
Is this,
we are now being joined here at the
Alright, so we're getting Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the Revival. Fuck yeah.
You know, we never talked about how ugly the tag team belts are.
They're better than what they used to be with that copper belt.
I like the old school ones, like the smoking guns.
Yeah, no, I like those.
We should get two. You sell those?
The old one's probably not.
That's good. Dash Wilder doesn't know what to think is. Bray Wyatt that doesn't feel good. What did you think of being called for food?
You know when I gave up on Bray Wyatt?
Who called me for food? I don't remember that.
I gave up on him, but I realized that he was done. Like the haunted house match thing. With Randy Orton.
I'm a B team member.
That was after he was WWE champion. He was just coming off his title run.
I know. So that was like their way of saying you're never going to have another one.
It could have been good, but it was doomed to fail from the start because they had that stupid stipulation that you had to finish the match in the ring. Which is so dumb because, like, let's just think about this logically, right? I beat the shit out of you for an hour. And then I go to the arena. I gotta wait for you. One, you got more than enough time to fucking recover unless I break your arms and shit. So when you pop up to the arena, you're fresh as a daisy.
We can also talk about time zones and why it didn't work.
Yeah, because I think they were on the West Coast.
They were on the West Coast.
It was nighttime. There was just so much stuff that was just dumb about that.
And I didn't like the Bray Wyatt thing when he used to do the bend over thing, and then there'd be like bugs in the ring.
I think they only did that in Mania.
No, they did more than that.
I thought it was cool the first time they did it, and then every other time I was like, all right, you've run your course with that.
That's it.
Well, I give them credit for trying something different. Can't say that too often on the WWE product.
As it goes, but whoever we're up against, we play those cards, whatever that's necessary to win that match.
The Revival was talking to you about.
Is he I don't think he's.
Well, I can't believe that they sell those shirts for the B team on WWE.com.
How can you? They sell everything.
I know, but I mean, like, who would buy that? You could literally make that.
There's two people in the front row literally wearing it. We already showed them.
Speaking of which, have you guys heard of the Miz? That is so disrespectful.
We haven't heard from the Miz.
Not this week, Jackson. Aaron, we do the Cheers and Mats at the same time every week. You know this. It's after Raw.
Yes. He's got a lot to do.
I know you're not usually in it.
It'll be right before Brian gives his glowing Raw review, which I'm sure will just be filled with smiles.
I don't know that I can review Raw. I mean, I missed half of it.
You sure had an opinion 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, see.
What'd you get last week?
6.9 since our last.
Yeah, that's right.
That might be the highest one you've ever given.
It was a solid Raw last week.
This has been a solid Raw.
Don't get jealous, Jonathan. Bray Wyatt headed somewhere dark, headed somewhere deep. We may never understand, but the Revival's about to find out. Get Scott Dawson, top rope. Bray Wyatt.
Oh, CM Punk chant. There we go.
And now the Revival with a double team.
I wonder how, like, when will be the last CM Punk chant in WWE?
Yeah, they'll do that for a while, even with people who don't even know.
I know, but eventually there's going to be, like, the last one.
So, while God and I were reviewing the, payback match, I realized something.
You can answer it, Jackson, but you won't. If you get it right, you won't get anything, but you can play along.
I like a good solid back body drop. You don't see back body drops a lot.
Your Park gonna hurt like shit.
Looking for Sister Abigail.
Too long.
Oh, look, fistful of dreadlocks. Wilder with a great counter tag made by Dawson. Wasn't
Probably no one would have done that counter before.
Look what's going on.
Alright, too close to the ropes. Oh, never mind.
Tuck the arm.
Are you going to all in, Chris, or are you just all in?
Every time they said they're going to do something, see, the Revival could be coming after your tag.
Maybe there's your pre-show match. Look at the Rob get pushed.
You're not here to say it, but that.
Now another man with championship gold on his mind. If he can outlast the numbers game, please welcome Seth Rollins.
All right, Aaron. I mean, that's never going to happen, but cool.
Seth, congratulations on your victory.
He probably doesn't get her just due in terms of like being attractive. That is Renee Young.
Consistently be dealing with two superstars all on your own.
Apparently, she wants to be on the announcement.
She should.
What Dolphin
She's good at.
don't understand is that there's no grit in me.
Stephanie wanted her to be on the announcement on Raw for a while.
Take back
I think she did for a little bit, like a brief, like she would do like segments.
Dolphin Drew, they went.
Oh, wait a minute. McIntyre. The beatdown of Rollins continues. Apparently one time wasn't enough.
Will Finn come help his buddy? Seth helped him out. You would think Finn would come help his friend.
Finn already took his out. He's gone.
Seth Rollins gets the SummerSlam.
You think Renee would be like, Seth, we shouldn't do these interviews anymore. Dean isn't back yet. He's literally sitting at my house in Vegas. Our house.
Well, the rumors were they actually like moved down to Alabama.
We're not gonna stay in Alabama.
I know, but I'm telling you, like that's probably where he is.
There we go. Whatever the last segment is with Brock, must be pretty long if they're doing this match. He's the only announced. This is the last announced match.
Well, they'll probably cut to commercial after their entrance. Or very quickly into this match. considered on Wednesday.
A new story. Limited series event premieres Wednesday at midnight.
Hey, Brad. Well, I'm good. How are you? What's up, Brad? Matthew, this is not the main event fight. Well, that commercial break like the champion. You haven't been wrong in weeks. I called that Ronda Rousey suspension angle. How long are you going to milk that? Until you get something else right. All right, you got the commercial right. Stop milking it. Yeah, it's not on the same level. Yeah, SummerSlam's not going to be that good. You don't know that. You don't know that. Oh, on paper. Like, there's not that big marquee match that like SummerSlam usually has. Granted, last year they didn't really have one either. Maybe the last big marquee SummerSlam match off the top of your head. John Cena, Daniel Bryan. What year was that? It would have been the year
2013.
2013. And then I would say AJ Styles versus John Cena.
That wasn't the main event.
I didn't say main event. That wasn't the question. It's a big
You don't
marquee
think
match.
Cena Lesnar in 2014, the next year?
Yeah,
Suplex
Cena
City?
Lesnar. I didn't think of that match.
You mean the time when
Why
Lesnar
are you getting
started
angry?
Suplex
Oh
City?
my God, Kevin! I didn't think of it.
How do you not think of that match at SummerSlam? He literally put
This
him
is
in
why I
Suplex
didn't buy
City
the Lucha
25
mask.
times.
This is why I didn't buy the Lucha mask. Be unbearable. Sabotage.
I'm sorry. When I think of recent WrestleMania or SummerSlams, that's what I think of.
Okay, that's you. I didn't think of it. I would have thought of it. Probably give me another fucking 30 seconds. There are no opinions.
The first thing you thought of, obviously, is CM Punk.
I didn't say CM Punk. That was it. I said Daniel Bryan, John Cena. That was the first thing I said. The second match I said was AJ Styles, John Cena. I never said CM Punk. I thought everything was CM Punk with me. Make up your damn mind.
It's the same thing. It's the same person.
It's not even close to being the same person. I don't know.
John CM Punk is what it is, all right?
No.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but in this house there are no opinions. There are right and wrongs. So,
and I'm never wrong. So.
If you have an opinion, and he's never wrong, and neither is God. So,
Undertaker, Lesnar?
That wasn't at SummerSlam.
There was one at SummerSlam.
Yes, it was. It was the first match back. God damn it. How hard is this?
You can't damn yourself.
Yeah, you can't damn yourself.
I can do whatever I want. I blaspheme all I want.
Anyways,
that was fun.
The overall point of whatever the fuck that was that they haven't had big marquee matchups in at least 2 or 3 years at SummerSlam.
What was the main event last year?
It was the Fatal 4-Way. I believe that's what the main event was. I could be wrong on that. But if the Fatal 4-Way was Braun, Joe, Brock, Roman.
Yes.
I believe that's what main event. And that was the big match leading into it. And then on the SmackDown side, you had Jinder versus somebody.
Nakamura.
Ugh.
What the year before that?
Orton, Lesnar.
Yeah, when Orton bled.
There's another match at that SummerSlam.
AJ Cena.
That was AJ Cena.
AJ Cena. Yeah. There was one more. Like, one more kind of big match at that SummerSlam. We just watched the RKO today.
The other match.
So there was another.
Wasn't that Finn?
The other match, yeah.
That was the Universal.
Yeah, that was Finn. Yeah.
That's not a bad SummerSlam.
That's not what I was saying.
What do you mean by marquee? Like
Brock Lesnar versus John
like a
or versus The Rock.
type match. Like
SummerSlam is the second biggest event of the year. There's no doubting that. They treat it that way. You could argue the Royal Rumble, but they treat it as their second biggest pay-per-view.
Well, the Royal Rumble's big because it starts the road.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, they haven't had that. And I'm sorry, Brock versus Roman is not a big match anymore. Because of how you booked it. He's fucking 0-3, 0-4. So even if he does beat fucking Brock, he'll be 1-3.
He lost to WrestleMania. He lost to the greatest Royal Rumble.
And he lost to WrestleMania.
Wasn't there? No, that was the cash in before the match was over, wasn't it?
No, he cashed in during the match.
Yeah, during the match. So he didn't lose to Brock.
He was going to.
Record you.
Oh, this is my new tradition.
It's okay, it doesn't spill. So you're not going to watch for Bailey and Sasha on?
Not until they fucking fight each other. Not until someone turns heel. It's my silent protest.
What if the
Consider this me taking a knee during the national anthem.
what if the inflatable tube man turns heel?
I don't know how you pull it off, but I do impress.
They almost have matching jackets. They're officially tag team. So
And that's the only reason they're doing this, is because they're going to introduce a women's tag team title, and they have no babyface team.
and what better way to have a heel turn than a tag partner against a tag partner?
It's great. What, that's fucking 6 months from now?
Does this really bother you that much?
Yeah.
Why? You don't honestly care about the women's division.
I do care about the fucking list about the women's division. It's taking a long time. I'm doing it. I do care about the women's division. Because I know how good it could be. Like what Sasha and Bailey in NXT at the time was like the best thing in NXT.
Listen, you're going to drive yourself insane if you keep having the thought process that anything in NXT is going to be the same on the main roster.
It doesn't have to be the same. You don't have good matches now. Like, what happened to them just having good matches? Down the window.
Not going to be. It was the second year.
Yeah, made my point. Okay. Kenny Omega will come to SummerSlam? No. Maybe as a fan. Why be a fan of this crap?
You gotta be excited about that. There's your marquee. How much more marquee do you get than fucking Ronda Rousey?
By the way, my fucking Bleacher Report app has been blowing up today about the Nationals.
They want to turn it over bullpen guys.
No, because a report came out that
It's because of Trey Turner being a little racist.
well, that. So the first it was Trey Turner. Then a report apparently came out that Davey Martinez has lost the locker room. And everybody fucking hates him. And then this Nats could trade Bryce Harper. You know what? They could do a fucking lot of things. What a fucking headline. They could kill Bryce Harper. Doesn't mean they're going to.
We fired Dusty Baker, who everyone loved.
Why would they kill him? How did you get there?
Because it's saying that they could. They could do a fucking million things.
Exactly, but you went straight to kill him. Why would they kill him?
That's where my head's at right now, Bill.
You want to kill Bryce Harper?
No, I love Bryce Harper.
He wants to kill Sasha Banks and Bailey.
That's not true. I like both of them. I guess.
You don't like Bailey. Nobody actually likes Bailey over the age of 12.
I do like Bailey.
Why?
I don't like this character of Bailey.
That's her character.
No, I can like the human being, Bill. Do you know
No one likes human beings. They're a terrible species, and I made a mistake. Should have kept everything at non-sentient. It would have been so much better. You think Todd knows what the fuck's going on right
I
now?
hope
No,
Harper goes
he's
to
a
the
dog.
Angels.
So it can just be more apparent how much better Mike Trout is than Bryce Harper?
Yeah, that's the reason I don't think Harper would go there. It's because he'd just be living in his shadow.
Well, he did say, they asked him at the All-Star game if he thought, they thought
He
Mike
said
Trout.
it. Yeah, he was like,
He said,
I think
yeah.
you'd be an idiot just to not realize
If
that.
you don't think that, you're not paying attention.
I agree, Brad. I like to see what Bailey could do as a heel. I mean, she desperately needs a character refresher. The hugger thing, it's not working anymore.
I just never liked the fact that she plays it off like she was the only one who ever had a dream of being a WWE superstar. That's the thing I never liked about it. They're in matching ring attire, by the way.
Yeah, because you're going to be a tag team in the women's tag team division whenever the fuck that happens. Which I've been saying that they need to do that for a while, so I'm actually excited about that if they do it. I am.
You're not upset about it.
I am. Because, like, if you do that, right, like right now, if you're not fighting for the women's championship, you're just doing nothing really.
Because they don't have any other belts. I understand that, but I don't think you have enough girls to make a tag team division.
They are, because the rumors that would go between both shows. The tag team title, the women's tag team champion would be like what the WWE Undisputed Championship used to be. When they originally did the brand split, the champion would go on both shows. And
You like the hardcore title. You had to defend it
Anytime,
24/7 in your bed.
But
on
a
the
team
John.
like the Riot Squad would actually have an opportunity to get over in a tag team division because they're a team, and like that makes sense for them to be good in that division.
We want to talk about why Vince hates factions. How about the two they came up with? The leaders of them just aren't around.
Well, Paige is around now.
She's around, but she can't wrestle. And
Well, that's Sasha Banks' fault, breaking her neck.
that is Sasha Banks' fault. Well, and like the 4 other broken necks she had before that.
Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. No DQ match was awesome. Oh, Chris, it's nice to know that you're the one guy who watches 205 Live.
You're what keeps it on the air. Although we have heard it got better. It's gotten better.
I've heard it's been actually very good. I just can't find it within me to watch 6 hours of WWE product every week. I barely watch SmackDown.
I don't announce that.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I remember you. Bill probably doesn't because he wasn't here. No, don't bring the hardcore title back now. You can't do it in the modern WWE.
So, what are you going to win with a chair shot to the back?
Yeah, it'd be stupid now.
I still need to watch that show.
So yeah, that's that's my problem with the hardcore title coming back is it's not. Yeah, it'd be terrible. It'd be like WWE's version of ECW.
It was actually pretty terrible when they had it.
Yeah. I think it had a surprise factor that was nice.
Yeah, but that kind of played itself out within a couple of weeks. I mean, Pat Patterson's a hardcore champion.
So Jared Briscoe's a two-time.
I think he took it off of Patterson. Patterson was taking a nap. He pinned him.
That's a good bit.
I remember he took his ref.
The ref did like the fake. And then they did like fake
He did this. He was like, oh, it was pretty funny.
I do think.
It's the best. Those were the best ones when you did shit backstage like that. Best title changes of all time.
I would like to see a title, and you don't have to call it the hardcore title. Like a title that had like you defended any place, anywhere.
Like a U.S. open challenge.
Yeah, like I don't know. You make like a TV title, and it can be defended any place, anytime. But like say like you're backstage, like you can't use objects, right? Like, you can't be. It's not the hardcore title. Alright, just give some fucking spontaneity on the show for crying out loud.
You know, speaking of Pat Patterson, you want to hear something? Alright, so I was listening. You know, I've been on the Bruce Pritchard podcast kick.
You're all about that.
I was listening to, was it King of the Ring 96? Whatever the hell the show was. 96? Taker Mankind.
Okay. I thought it was 97.
97, whichever one.
I thought it was 98. I think it's 98. Yeah, because it was just the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. So, apparently Patterson was supposed to, he was the agent for that match. He had it all planned out. But nobody could find him. So Bruce Pritchard's like yelling, trying to find him. And apparently he got a phone call in the back right before the match started that his longtime partner at that point had died. So Bruce Pritchard didn't really know what all the match was going to be. But as you know, the tax came out and everything like that. Mick Foley was so out of it that he comes back and looks at Pritchard and he goes, "Hey, I'm sorry I forgot the tax spot." While he's got tax sticking out of it.
No problem, Nick. You get him next time, bud.
And the reason why they wanted to do the off the top of the cage and through the cage is because the Undertaker was hurt. He had a banged up ankle and could hardly move around. So Mick Foley looked at him and goes, "I'm really scared this match is going to suck. We got to do some stuff." Because if you watch that match, That's it. Like, there's no wrestling. Like, he throws him off. He goes through the entire. It's just a show. Like,
Choke
it's
slam and then power.
tombstone. That's it.
That's it.
A 7-star title belt. Any wrestler who can't put on a 7-star match doesn't deserve the title.
7-star matches.
Oh, it's a thing. There's one.
Kenny Omega and who?
Okada at the last. That was at Dominion when Omega won the title. What's up, McJugger Nuggets? Hi, Aaron. It's Aaron. It's Aaron. Show sucks.
You're not watching. You're not even invested. You're even trying.
I am watching.
You love Bailey and Sasha.
Not right now.
Okay, just stare at Liv Morgan.
I can do that on Instagram. She's funny on there.
Double team effort.
Can we just throw that as the worst finisher in the history of wrestling?
The Bailey to belly?
Yeah.
I still have my doubts, but you can't argue that Sasha Banks and Bayley work very well together tonight. They are clearly doing everything in their power.
What's the main event?
I think they're done
Brock
wrestling.
Lesnar coming out. Roman Reigns coming through the crowd. Oh, shit.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there.
Just throw it out there.
Give me a second. End of the month Mondays. You're not allowed. I'll do them out.
You want to go solo? I'm fucking down with that. All right, again, Brock here.
Show's almost over. Hear me out. We go out to the ring. You take a bow. We say hello, Miami. Goodbye, Miami. And we're in a private steakhouse with food in front of us in 25 minutes. And best of all,
Private
what
steakhouse.
can go wrong? Roman Reigns has been removed from the arena.
Yeah, what could go wrong? You've had a bag of balls since you've been sitting here.
I not have the whole thing. Gone through this whole thing.
Are you paid? Did you get my money? Yes. You're here. You've honored your contractual obligations.
Yeah, I think that Rock thing sailed.
Here it is, straight. I know I have a contract with you, and thank you for all of these years of allowing me to be under contract with you. But I also have a contract with WWE that allows me to have a contract with you. And if you don't go out to the ring tonight, Kurt Angle's going to fire me. Kurt Angle fires me. I can't do my job. So please, I'm asking you, just go out to the ring for a minute.
The Rock is going to come out? That's wistful.
If for no other reason but because you're my friend.
I don't give a shit about your kids, Paul.
I got kids.
Let's get something straight. We're not friends, Paul. You work for me.
I don't work for you.
Does Brock always have that tattoo?
Do you understand?
That's an original.
Yes. Speaking of, how long you been leeching off me anyway? Huh? How long? I suggest you march your ass out there and do your job. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Brock's looking a little thinner.
He does. He's probably already training.
Okay.
Probably not on the fucking roids anymore.
That too. Because, he can't fight. He's still in juice.
That's going to be a big payday for him. That's like the last big fight in UFC has right now.
It's the only fight UFC has right now. Without
Yeah.
McGregor, it doesn't matter. They have to have him. You really think this album wasn't that bad?
No, it's bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
The first song's okay. Because the first song's like what he does, like in the ring.
Yeah, and then it
He's
gets...
just talking shit about every city.
I kind of want to unmute this.
Elias, I'm here. Who? I made it. I don't know who Elias is. Now it's time to go out there and show the world this performance we've been talking about. I can guarantee you they are not expecting what they are about to see.
A documentary. That's awesome.
Have fun watching it.
Not gonna.
Does this make you think that Heyman might screw up Lesnar at SummerSlam? I've been saying it for fucking like probably 2 years that Heyman should turn on Brock. Because just because Brock's leaving, if I'm WWE, I don't want to lose Paul Heyman. So I want to find. I think he should have his own faction, and it should be like Ronda Rousey. Jesus, you're leading this way too. Bobby Lashley, and then I don't know. Sure, throw Finn Balor in there. He can't talk that well, anyways. That's racist. It's not. He can't cut a very good promo though.
You realize they write the promos, right?
Yeah, he doesn't deliver very well.
Who delivers a good written promo?
I'm pretty sure no one writes Paul Heyman's promos for him.
Elias gets to do his own deal.
Yes.
I doubt it.
He does. It's like a well-known thing.
His songs, but his actual promos, I don't know if he does those on his own.
He's got more freedom than most other people do.
I'll give him that.
I bet you Cena's the same way.
Oh, no one told Cena what's right. You say, this is where we need to get to. Yeah, okay, I'll get you there. Cena's notorious for coming out and winging it.
He didn't used to be.
No, but that's what Cena does now. Is he just comes out and reads the crowd.
Well, it's the same thing with The Rock. The Rock used to be all by the book, and then he got into his thing with Triple H, and Triple H kept going off script. So The Rock kept trying to bring him back, and then he got in the back and was like, "What the hell?" And he goes, and I forget who. Somebody looked at him and was just like, "Do you see where Triple H is walking with Vince? If you can take the ass chewing, do what you want. It's live TV."
But guys who can get promos right now, Miz.
I'd be willing to bet he has more. He is in the conversation when they're writing this.
Well, everyone's in the conversation. For the most part, it's not just handing you a promo.
I think a lot of the time that's exactly what it is.
For the lower level guys. But if you're in I would say if you're in the Finn Balor up level, I don't think people hand Finn a promo. I think they might be like, this is what we want. Here's what we're thinking, and then he can make changes to it or put it in his wording. Who else can cut a promo right now?
Ziggler.
Seth can cut a promo. He'll swing and miss every now and then, but Seth can cut a promo.
Well, Finn also doesn't get it's not like he doesn't get a lot of mic time anyway, because Vince hates accents.
No, he's not very good. When he has had the opportunities, he doesn't. There's no believability behind his promos, right? It's just it's the same problem I have with him fucking smiling all the time. It's just his promos are kind of like.
Well, it all goes back to the same thing you're talking about with no stories. There's no, as much as I like him as a wrestler. I like him in the ring. That's why I like him so much. There is no character there.
Especially if he's not the demon.
Yeah, there's nothing there. And that's not...
His character is he's happy to be here.
Yeah, that's not his fault, really, I don't think.
No, it's not. Oh, great.
That main event.
Really, you're advertising this match? Why? You think this is going to bring in one more person? It'll bring in Mojo Rawley's mother. She watches anyways. For Seth Rollins. That will bring people in. Don't fucking advertise Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley when Ronda Rousey is fucking wrestling on Raw, okay? Let me check up here. Check up on the chat. Imagine pissing Lesnar off. I'd rather not. He can be Shinsuke's advocate. Braun can cash in if Lesnar really does come out. Oh man, that would be a great twist. So what if Brock comes out and Braun cashes in?
Tonight?
Yeah. It would make sense on his part in a number of ways. One, Brock's actually fucking there. Two, he wouldn't have to fight Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank briefcase then, Because you already fucking used it.
Yeah, but then they lose a match at SummerSlam.
He did say the words, the next time Brock is on, or in the arena, I'm cashing in. So he'd be a liar if he didn't do it.
I have given you to the end of the night to produce Brock Lesnar. I even had Roman Reigns escorted from the building. So, Paul, either Brock Lesnar comes out now, or this is your last night on Monday Night Raw.
Fucking squirrels.
Pretty clear.
Jump on a car.
I don't think it was fair to put Heyman in this situation. I mean, hey, it's cut and dry. Paul just trying to do his job.
My name's Paul Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
This is the best. He's killing it tonight. I know you haven't seen all of it.
I'm the advocate.
Paul Heyman always kills it.
I know, but it's been a different Paul Heyman. Like, normally he comes out and he boasts and he does all this. Yeah, okay.
Kurt Angle promos back then were intense. Veins popping out and shit.
Champion.
That's true. I went back and watched the him and Cena rap battle.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Curtin. Kurt killed it.
It's funny people think he's actually going to fight. He might for the night. Brock's coming.
They didn't fly Brock all the way out here to do fucking backstage segments. I know.
My client, Brock Lesnar, is not coming out here tonight. Enough! Listen to me. Let me explain to you what a real champion does. He shows up!
That's it? That's all you gotta do?
Just gotta show up.
Shit, I'm champion.
Baron Corbin's going, I'm not a fucking champion.
He goes the extra mile for the WWE.
I lost my money in the bank.
He does things for charities and communities. Brock Lesnar does none of that.
John Cena does things for charities and communities.
Brock Lesnar has to be the worst Universal Champion of all time.
Haven't been that many.
We're only 4. And I mean, it's clearly Finn is the worst.
He is. He literally couldn't even defend it.
I'm not even saying that to be a dick to you. Like, if you're ranking them, Finn is the worst.
You know what, if you're expecting
He wasn't champion for 24 hours.
That's not his fault.
I didn't say it was.
So you're gonna blame? He shouldn't even be part of the conversation then.
So what? I have to rank them 1 to 3 then?
Yes.
You know what? I'm trying to rehabilitate him. I'm trying to make him an champion gimmick. I'm trying to mold him, not as the UFC fighter, but as the WWE entertainer. They didn't want to.
Oh, he's an entertainer. Rich ain't gonna be happy about that.
Brock Lesnar respects nobody. He doesn't even respect me. He only barely tolerates me. And you know what I'm trying to do, Kurt?
Brian, I want Foles to retire. Okay.
Still paying him.
He's still not terrible. He's not. I mean, like, I don't know what his stats are, but all of them
Not terrible. Kevin and I think I have this conversation like once every other week. Pujols is still good.
All right, this season he's at 252. Wasn't great. 54 RBIs. All right. Keep in mind, he should be hitting like 6 in your lineup. 7 in your lineup.
If you want to do something, do it on him.
How many bombs
What are
is
you doing
that?
it to me for? I tried. I tried in your name. I tried all night long. He doesn't care. He
That's
doesn't
17 bombs.
respect you. He doesn't respect any single one of you.
He's probably not even playing the field anymore. He's probably just a DH.
But I respect you. think the world of you, Kurt Angle. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have a better working relationship with you.
Your contract is now terminated.
I'm going to make a prediction
You're
here.
done, Heyman.
Brock comes
You're
out,
finished. Get the hell
lays out an angle, shooting star press, breaks his neck.
Pokes break their neck.
Kurt, his neck is broken. You can tell me whatever.
Kurt, Paul Heyman used to be your manager. Paul Heyman helped get you a WWE title. He fucked over the Big Show after he fucked over Brock Lesnar. Show some respect. He does look a lot skinnier.
God, I'm
He looks
struggling
good.
matched in right now with New York.
The tears in Heyman's eyes have just formed into a smile and a sigh of relief. And it looks like he's struck. Paul Heyman in the ring says he was just getting one over on all of us. I guess.
Lesnar's going to lose control in F5 Heyman.
I don't know that Heyman can take an F5.
Can't take it, make it look good.
I don't know if he can take that bump.
Roman Reigns in 3 weeks at SummerSlam with his title on the line. Has made his way out to the arena live on Monday Night Raw in Miami.
Those two main event
Hours
moments.
of ultimatums by our general manager, Kurt Angle. It is amazing the WWE Universe.
That was what, 19?
They're underrated.
I would say that Brock Lesnar's in a foul mood, but to be perfectly honest, it's the move
That was the Booker T Triple H one.
Brock Austin.
Last match for Austin. You had HBK Jericho.
Yep. That was a start. That
was
kicked it
over.
off. I hope he beats Joe Corbin.
Why else would Corbin be there? Just a couple of failed NFL players in the ring.
XFL's coming up soon. Yeah, there's an old timers game coming up
You got a
soon.
problem with me? You got a problem with me?
Most has been on the mic in 6 years.
Oh, shit!
Oh my God! Lesnar with an F5 to our general manager! Kurt Angle didn't even do anything!
Why are you still in the ring, Baron Corbin?
Yeah, get the fuck out of the ring.
Take another F5.
And Constantine Corbin wisely stepping out of harm's way.
I'm good, bro. I'm not that good.
I think you're right. He's going to get Heyman too.
That wasn't me. That was one of the guys in the chat.
Lesnar has been in a mood all night. I guess that was a rhetorical question. They're loving this together, aren't
Yeah, I
they?
think he is going to hit Heyman.
Oh, yeah.
What did they say?
Holy shit! There's a "We Want Roman" chant. They finally did it.
Vince pulled it
It's
off.
done.
That son of a
It's
bitch
one
pulled
city.
it off.
It's one city. It's one city.
They did it.
Fuck. 10 out of 10 Raw. Don't even need to do the right.
Holy shit. You know they're going to crank that fucking chant up when they show the replay next week. Do you think Vince is just openly jacking it right now backstage?
No, I think he's going around the locker room. Just,
Do you think Roman's running around the arena giving high fives? I think they are setting. God, if they, I know it would be fantastic. Is if Paul screws over Brock and helps Roman win, and that's Roman's heel turn, and then you get Paul Heyman with Roman.
Why do you still think there's going to be a heel turn?
I don't. I just said it would be great.
All right. So we'll do the question. Let's make sure everybody's here.
Aaron's obviously here.
Aaron's here.
Matthew, you here?
Will's here. And Chris is the fourth one, right?
Yeah, Chris. Matt's here.
So everybody knows the last question is always has to do with numbers. Closest to can be over or under. Doesn't make a difference. It's just closest to.
Will, let us know you're here. If you are.
Yeah, you just asked me if we lost the main already.
Did not, Red Viper.
I did not.
Alright, so one thing I've noticed, guys, is there's been some Googling of answers going on. So we're going to do a 30-second clock.
There's no answer. It just stays with Matt.
They can't Google an answer in 30 seconds. They fucking don't know how to Google. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, there's a delay, too. That's part of it.
You can play along, Red Viper, but we had people qualify for the championship match.
Yeah, so you can answer it for your own pride.
But if you get it right or you're closest to, you're not going to be the VOW champion. It's going to be whoever's qualified in it. All right, Will's here, so you can do the question whenever.
All right, so as you guys know, the topic has been The Rock. So the question is, how many total championships of any kind, tag team, secondary, top title, whatever, did The Rock win in his time in WWE?
Aaron's got his guess.
All right, there's Aaron's guess.
Aaron, you get one guess. Chris has his guess. Guys, you get one guess. Stop putting in multiple answers. It's annoying.
Everything's annoying Bryant tonight, in case you guys haven't noticed.
All right. Delay. Do 10 more seconds. Matt's got his guess. We're just waiting on Will. All right, Will got his guess in. All right, so we gotta go. So what was the answer?
All right, so the correct answer, and Aaron, don't say a word because you took about 18 guesses. The correct answer is 17. So 3 of you answered 12. So what we're going to do is Brian is looking up the answer to another question. So it'll be Will, Matt, and Chris. You guys are going to basically like a sudden death kind of deal. This one won't be a number, and this one will be whoever literally types the answer first gets it. Okay?
And it's Chris, Matt, and Will, right?
Yeah. Is everybody following what's going on here? Without Aaron complaining?
I don't know if they're going to get this one right. So we'll give it a shot. All right. All right. So, guys, it's the first. So, between Chris, Matt, and Will, whoever puts in the answer right first wins. But you still only get one guess. We're not going to give you a million guesses. Still get one guess. If none of you get this one right, which is possible, We'll come up with another question. We're in sudden death. All right. Sticking with The Rock, who did The Rock defeat to capture his first WWE championship? The World Heavyweight Championship. Not like an Intercontinental Championship. The World Heavyweight Championship. Hey, yeah, boy, Chris.
That was quick.
So, Chris, you are the new Voice of Wrestling champion. Congratulations.
It's a top honor. Brock, what?
Jesus. I'm gonna get your name in here, Chris. While I'm doing that, Bill, go ahead and give your Raw review.
I don't want to.
Do it.
I'm afraid you'll yell at me.
I'm not.
All right, so I actually liked Raw. I thought that the way that they handled Brock, especially with Paul Heyman and stuff like that, I thought was pretty solid. It was different. It's probably the most of a character Brock has had. I mean, obviously he hasn't been on TV a whole lot, but probably the most of a character they've had in a long time with him. They let him actually speak, so that was exciting. I don't know how much really got developed as far as like lead up to SummerSlam overall. You're going to see Rousey on Raw next week, which I guess Alexa Bliss would be involved. You've got, Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. Apparently that's going to be a thing. It's going to happen because they have to. There's been 2 matches. There's got to be a third. But I thought that, the Finn Balor Baron Corbin match was pretty good. Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre was pretty good. They did the thing with the, Authors of Pain, AOP. That was just a filler, so you take it for what it is. But overall, I thought with all of the, with the stuff with Lesnar and Heyman, which is really the focus of Raw off the bat, I don't do decimals. I'm going to go a soft 6.
I'm going to go soft 6. I'm not going to give a review.
Thank God.
Because I came in halfway, so I don't think it's fair for me to judge half of Raw. But if I was going to give it a score, it'd be a 9.9 because they fucking did it. They got Roman Reigns over. They got it. We want Roman chant.
It's been like, 4 years in the making? How long has that been?
They are fucking partying hard tonight in Miami. Vince is going to be buying everybody drinks. He's going to get drunk, give people raises that don't deserve them. Like, fucking Curtis Axel's going to be getting $1 million a year now.
I told you. I told you you'd get over.
So, but yeah, that's good. We're going to wrap it up there, guys. If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to The Voice of Wrestling. Check out all the content we do here. Definitely make sure, I think we decided tonight we're going to do a pre-show and an after-show for SummerSlam.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So definitely be on the lookout for that. Hopefully we remember it this time next week because it's 50-50. Like us on Facebook. Just search for The Voice of Wrestling on Facebook. We'll come up. Give us a like on there if you don't already. Visit thevoiceofwrestling.net. Congratulations to the new Voice of Wrestling champion, Chris. Hope to see you guys back next week. Come out and get your get a shot at Chris's title. And yeah, that's it. You got anything else?
No, just remember you guys got to go watch Payback 2014 so we can talk about it for next week's Bills match of the week.
Also, guys, Bill's writing for the site now.
Yay!
He wrote about dead people.
And I'm going to have a little bit happier thing. I am going to do top 10 SummerSlam matches of all time, which apparently from some of the questions we ask, you guys need some historical reading, so you should probably catch up on those.
So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you like us on Facebook, so that's where we'll post it. But check out voiceofwrestling.net as well. I'm Brian Burns.
Bill Thompson.
See you guys next week.